I need some stuff with some bop in it. I passed the whip with a
Mhm.
blunt in my mouth, and the whip had a cop in it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks he's so cool.
Hey man, the baby said it, not me. I don't. I. I don't think
But
that's
you
cool.
just said it. But you just said it.
But from the baby's perspective.
What?
What do you mean what?
We no. Nah.
I said the
But you
line
said it.
the baby wrote from the baby's perspective.
Yeah, but you said it.
Yeah,
Now it's
but
from
like
your
it doesn't
perspective.
mean I was doing that.
How do we know that?
Just take my word for it, man. Everybody knows that song. No, listen to Bop by DaBaby.
What if what if he wrote that song was inspired by you because you did it?
I would be honored. I wish I could take credit for that, for giving DaBaby the idea for his hit song Bop.
Well, ask him.
DaBaby, did you write that song about me? He says,
You know it, bro.
yeah, I wrote that song about you.
You know, man. That's we got that connection. Me and Tef, and I think I just took inspiration from his work and who he was as an individual and as a person, and then I thought of Bop, and it was all about him and about his ability to create and
Mm.
ball, and Bop.
You
So
know,
that's
if
why it's
we ever
called.
get DaBaby on the show, I'm gonna ask him that.
We're gonna get the baby on the show.
Did you write Bop about me?
Let's be real, right?
You can let's address the elephant in the room here.
That'd be actually a funny song to ask, like on like musicians, like you like at the end of the interview, like, all right, we spent some time with each other, I know a little bit about you. You maybe know a little bit more about me. If you were to pick a song that you wrote that best represents who I am, what song are you picking?
I like
and
that. I
then
like that.
like you interview like Kendrick, and he's like, I'd probably say like not like us because you guys are the worst. You guys kind of suck. I'm not gonna lie. You guys are terrible. Ugh.
All right, are we running it back? I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to roll right now.
All right, hold on. Let's try this again. I'm gonna put out in the
Yeah. Let's
socials.
put out a
Say
PSA that our
say it.
original
Check.
stream broke down
Yeah.
on us.
Yep. It still says the same thing. Man, bro is already streaming. Bro's like, hold up. Let me
Yeah,
move.
this is the PSA.
That's an accurate PSA. I would think so.
No, I don't.
All right, there. Okay, now I know that I can actually hear myself because I just heard myself from the stream. Bro is already doing his
Hey.
garbage. Bro is already on some wag garbage. It's okay though. It's fine. We're gonna be back. Like, dude, I swear to God, dude, figure it out. Come on.
Forgot to turn Philip White's audio on.
Yeah, they missed that Steelers rant, man. Come on.
Microsoft's fault.
You know what everyone came here for? Everyone he came here to see me rage about the one thing that maybe brings me joy for 4 months and then rips my heart out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah. Do we have that conversation again? We got it, right?
Dude, I can rant about Mike Tomlin for eons, dude. I can piss off Mike Tomlin haters and I can piss off Mike Tomlin supporters and I can piss off Mike Tomlin neutrals all in like probably 20 words. I mean, I have to like
Mm.
really falsify what I'm saying, but I can do it. It wouldn't take long.
God damn.
What's in the cup?
Water.
Oh, okay. I thought you you know what? Never mind.
I turn water into wine.
Of course. He's got both. You ain't no Jesus.
No, no, it's the same
You ain't
cup.
Jesus. You ain't Jesus. You Judas.
It's the same cup, man.
Nah, he ain't Jesus.
Let
Chat,
me
he's
do a
not
telepathy
Jesus.
real quick.
He's not Jesus. He's Judas.
I'm ready for some water again.
Bro's Judas, man. Bro's Judas and Pontius Pilate. They're
Who is
the
Pontius
same guy.
Pilate?
Read a book, bro. Read Inner Excellence, bro.
What
Read the
is
book
inner
AJ.
excellence? I've never heard of that before.
It's the book AJ Brown was reading, dude. Come on.
Oh man,
Get
okay.
enlightened. Also, read the Bible. It has Pontius Pilate. He's like he's the guy that conspired with Judas to send Jesus to the shadow realm,
Oh
also
damn.
known as killing him.
I would never kill Jesus.
You'd end the idea. You'd
What
be
do you
like,
mean?
I don't know, but I feel like it's right. You're like you Pontius. You're more of a Pontius than
More of a Pontius.
yeah.
I feel like I'm more like. I feel like I'm more like Joseph.
Why? Because you got cucked by God. Is that why?
No, because
God's
I'm
God swooped in and was like, "Yo, Mary, have my baby."
Is Joseph, man, my lack of knowledge about the Bible is being broadcast live, but who cares? Yeah. I don't know a ton about the Bible. I thought Joseph was Jesus's dad.
I mean, he's like his stepdad because he's his dad, but like he didn't really. The whole point is that Mary is like the Virgin Mary, like she never had sex, so God gave her the child. Joseph was just like the dad who he was. Joseph was like the dad who stepped up. You know, he's not the stepdad. He's the dad who stepped up.
So God found out that Mary didn't want to have sex and just gave her a child.
No, it's like she was chosen. This angel came in and was like, "Yo, you're gonna carry the child of God," and she was like, "Okay." That's my
Wow.
understanding. That's my interpretation of the passage of the literature.
Mm.
That's what I would say. But like, look, man, I'm not Jesus, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, who knows? You want to
I
talk
wasn't
about
there.
these? Want to talk about these wild card games, Philip White?
For the first time, yeah, I'm
For the
really
first time, there's
excited.
definitely no
For the
technical
first
difficulties.
time,
This is the
for the
first time we've
first
had this
time,
conversation.
let's do it. Let's do it. Why don't we get started with the Jets versus? Wait, Jets were not in
Oh
the
yeah,
playoffs.
because we were having
I
an amazing
forgot.
conversation last time
I
about how
forgot. I
Jesse Bates
forgot.
has ATL grit.
No, he doesn't. Atlanta doesn't have. No, stop this. This is a moot. Atlanta. There's no Atlanta grit.
This is a point that means as much to me as ranting about the Steelers does to you.
Yeah, but like this ain't valid though. I feel like ATL don't got grit.
Jesse Bates totally has ATL grit. ATL totally
Yeah, no,
has grit.
Jesse Bates has grit, but to say ATL has grit like other
ATL
places
definitely
do is
has
just
grit.
wrong.
Dude, it's the home of Future. Do you remember?
So
I know I asked you this 30 minutes ago. I asked you if you knew about the '09 Atlanta Hawks. I mean,
yeah, okay. Well,
that
now I
team
do
had
because you told me about him.
grit. I mean, Jeff Teague, defensive guy, pass first point guard, kind of like great value Rajon Rondo. And then you have ISO Joe Johnson. He was, kicking ass and taking names. Then Josh Smith in his heyday, he would yam it on your head, hit the open corner three, definitely shove you around on defense. That is ATL grit. You had young Al Horford at center. 2000.
Let me ask you. Okay,
That's why I think of ATL. That's why I think of grit when I think of ATL.
let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you have grit for one season and then never have it again, do you still have grit?
Yeah. I mean, it's a citywide thing. It's not like a team thing. It's
But they
a
don't got
city-wide thing.
grit. They were a team that happened to be Atlanta that had grit. That does not mean the city itself has grit.
I mean, dude, look at
Look at what?
take the Memphis Tigers for example. I feel like
Do you want to know when Atlanta lost their grit? I'll tell you when Atlanta lost
lead
their
in the
grit.
Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bingo. Bingo. Everyone heard around the world, when you blow a Super Bowl lead like that, you lose all your grit. You be like, there's a video of it's kind of dark, but there's a video of this Falcons fans who's like trying to get on the freeway. He's like, let me do it, man. Just let me do it. Like he's trying to jump onto the freeway from like a couple stories up. And I'm like, dude, that's no grit. No grit right there. I'm gonna tell you something. You can't like compare Philly grit and Atlanta grit. Like, it's just not a thing. It's not a compare. Like, levels of grit, Philly absolutely is going to triumph.
Yeah, I think Philly definitely has more grit than ATL, but ATL definitely, like, as a place has grit. It's the home of Future, home of the Migos, College Park, man. Barbecues.
You can't just say barbecues.
Boiled
You barbecues.
peanuts,
You can
man.
barbecue anywhere. There's
ATL,
barbecues.
Philly, I think Philly and ATL, they both have their own kind of grit. I think Philly has more of said grit. Oh, I thought that was a bug. It was just a fuzz from my scarf I was wearing today. Because I'm so gritty living in Philly.
I've never heard someone say be gritty and be like, yo, I'm wearing a scarf, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm wearing a scarf. I feel
in
so
these cold
gritty.
Streets.
Yeah, you might be warm, but you ain't gritty.
Oh,
not
man.
with a scarf.
No, you gotta wear a scarf in these cold streets, man, because they're gritty. But
No,
yeah.
but like that's not.
First episode in Philly. Also, slight development. I might be handing out towels at the Philadelphia Eagles game this Sunday. So if you see me, say hello. Also, I mean, like I was saying earlier, we had a slight debate about this. I mean, dude, if I end up getting to hand out towels at that Eagles game, your boy is like, I mean, the vibes. I got to Philadelphia 5 days ago. The vibes here are
you caved in 5 days.
People are giddy.
They're Josh giddy.
They're uppity about these Eagles, man.
They always are.
They like in the midst of a playoff run, entering Philly. Oh my God, it's amazing. And like I like the Jets. I think the recurring theme with me is like I just have NFL teams that I like, man. I don't think I can dedicate myself to a team the way I dedicate myself to a Mississippi State or a Temple University. You know?
You only been there like 5 days though. Like, you really gonna commit to Philly the second you gonna cave that fast, Steph? I don't know, man.
I wouldn't call it caving, but it's like
that seems what it is. That's caving.
There are so many opportunities tied to the Philadelphia Eagles in my program. Like right now, all of the industry engagement opportunities are with the Philadelphia Eagles. Like every single one. And it's like, who am I to not take advantage of that? When the Eagles have done something for me, what have the Jets done for me other than make me sad?
My point is, when you choose a team and then you actively walk away from that team to a team that's currently in the playoff with like a good chance at a Super Bowl, you know what you look like, right?
Fairweather fan, bandwagon, whatever, and I hate that term. I will never be a Fairweather fan or a bandwagon.
You are being
I refuse to stay a Jets fan solely because they suck.
It's not about staying with them because they suck. It's about staying with them because that's what you chose. Like, now you just look unfaithful now. Like, you just look disloyal as shit, man. Come on.
Let me give you a little timeline of my NFL fandom. I mean, when I was first getting into it, I thought Brett Favre was that guy on the Packers. Then, Tom Brady. I liked Tom Brady.
Oh my gosh. Dude, do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself actively talking? Do you hear the words that are coming out of your mouth?
Let me finish.
What's next? You love Patty Mahomes?
The Eagles.
You love Patty Mahomes next?
I hate Mahomes. I've never liked Mahomes. And once Mahomes was relevant, I didn't like Tom Brady either. But like this is like when I was
Oh my
single
god.
digits in age when I liked these teams. So of course I'm gonna think like that's the best is
Now
X.
you double digits and you still fair weather.
No, no. I remember after that, that was around that time after that, the Michael Vick Eagles formed. Michael Vick, LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, Jeremy Maclin, Brent Selleck. Oh, Kiko Alonso. Dude.
Oh.
That was
You
my
know,
team. I remember in like 5th grade when I was 10 years old. That was my
oh.
team. I
So you
rocked it
saying that you were
very
saying
much.
that Kiko and Michael Vick were on the team at the same time, right?
Something like that. No, probably not. But like I was still a fan. I was still
Yeah,
a fan.
you know everything about him.
Mhm. Mhm.
Look, man, listen, I'm not saying everyone's got to know every detail about every team. You sound in fair weather.
Look, man, and then I didn't really have a team in the NFL after that. I was more of a
Mhm.
college athletics guy,
Yeah, uh-huh.
and a Knicks fan around the time I turned like 14. Then in 2021, we'll fast forward because honestly, like there was I had a hiatus with the NFL. From like probably
You
like
missed the
2016 to 2021, I would say.
yeah, mhm.
And then in 2021, I had a coworker at the sports book I was working at that was a Jets fan, and I was already a Knicks fan, and he was a Knicks Jets fan. So I was like, why not become a Knicks Jets fan? But I don't even talk to that guy anymore. I don't know a single other Knicks Jets fan. So like,
Mm.
I,
See,
I
that's
love.
like the
I feel like
so
sports.
you
Sports is community.
right.
You
And I
know.
get that. I get that. But like really? You really gonna like just you that's caving. You say it's not caving. You had no interest in trying to even you didn't even hold your ground trying to root. No,
Dude, I didn't even hold
no,
my ground
no,
trying to root for the Jets. Are you kidding me?
no, you didn't.
I
Three
totally did. I totally did. What do you mean?
for
This,
what? 3
I'll
years?
say,
That's
bro,
like a nothing.
I
That's
sat
nothing.
through, I sat
That's
through
nothing.
like 9 years of horrible Knicks seasons, and this season with
Mhm.
Aaron Rodgers was worse than any one of them, man.
Oh my gosh,
It was
bro.
worse than any one of them because for
You
one, I
haven't
don't agree with the guy as a guy. I don't agree with Aaron Rodgers as a person, and he successfully went through a hostile takeover of the organization. And the owner's doing stuff based off of Madden rating. I told like what I've been doing during icebreakers in my first couple of days of class is because like I'm in sports management. Everybody's talking about sports. I'm in classes with a bunch of sports fanatics. I had like I'll say in addition to the show that we're doing, I'm a Jets fan, and everybody collectively laughs. It's crazy.
well, yeah, because it's also, yeah, Aaron Rodgers did do a hostile takeover, but your owner just sucks, right? But
His
like here's
owner's
the thing.
terrible.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
And I
Here's the
don't.
thing.
Sorry. I don't want to not be a Jets fan because they laugh. Like I'm able to joke around with them, but like it's that bad. Like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Even with the Knicks, it was like you could have some distant part of your imagination be like, yeah, we can eventually be good, and it happened. There is nothing with the Jets.
That's not true. That's not true. And I'll tell you why it's not true. Because I thought the same thing about the Commanders as long as they had Dan Snyder. And then Dan Snyder finally sold the team. And you just have to hope that Woody Johnson sells the team, man. That's reality. Because if you turn to like an Eagles fan, you know what's gonna happen? We gotta change the color of the logo, right? We gotta do all these things because now you ain't a Jets fan anymore. You some fair weather fake want to go to Eagle fan. Like next thing you know, you're gonna move to like Detroit one day. Like, oh dude, I'm moving to Detroit. It's gonna be
I'm
sick.
feeling
And
the
then you move to
Burkhead
Detroit
changes.
and you're just a Lions fan. And then you just put on the Lions gear. And you're like, yeah, dude, the Lions have won a couple Super Bowls. I'm a real big Lions fan. Been a fan
No,
26. What are you
no.
talking about? Like, dude, that's what it sounds like.
No, because like I am a sports management major in Philadelphia. and I'm just
Mm-hmm.
now experiencing this for the first time. I am getting
And you
to
couldn't hold your ground for
actually
longer
work
than 2 weeks.
with the organization. There's
Couldn't
so
hold your ground longer than two
much
weeks.
to do. I will never rock with the Philadelphia 76ers because of Joel Embiid. He is a jerk. But man, no. I wouldn't do it with the Lions because they're already like the best, and I definitely wouldn't do it with Kansas City. If Baker Mayfield played for the Eagles, oh my God, I would be so excited, even more excited
I don't
than
know,
how I
man.
am.
I still think you're a fair weather fan. I'm not changing my opinion on that.
I mean, I feel like my fandom of Mississippi State totally debunks that take.
That's nah. I don't think so. I think in the football world, you are 100% a fair weather fan.
In the NFL, and
You are, yeah,
sure. I mean, I'm definitely not a Fairweather fan. What do you
yeah,
mean?
you
You
are.
want to know why? Because, like I said
Why?
earlier, when the podcast couldn't hear you, I have three
Oh,
teams right
really?
now that I like. You know,
Okay, but like you,
it's
but
because it's
you
like,
like.
hey,
Just
hey,
think.
hey, hey, hey.
No, no. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk real quick. You keep bringing up those three teams of like Atlanta and Arizona and New York. Those are not like that's like you like those teams. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like when you like
Those
a
are the teams
movie.
that
Like oh, I
I.
liked that movie. You don't like love and obsess about that movie like a real fan, bro.
You know,
You ain't
I
in it.
don't
You ain't in it.
obsess
You
over
ain't in it like
professional
that.
sports
You ain't in it like
because,
that.
I
But
don't
you ain't in
obsess
it like that.
I don't obsess over professional sports because honestly, these guys are making millions of dollars and do not know me. I like
But you
with
ain't in it
Mississippi
like that.
State. The reason like Mississippi State and the New York Knicks get my heart pounding. Like when a game's coming down to the
So do the
wire,
Knicks. The basketball players make like 200 million a
The
year.
Knicks do make even more money than NFL players, but like I guess that's
Your
beside the
point's
point. The
invalid.
Knicks,
Your point
Knicks
then,
is
but based on that
it's
is invalid.
family oriented. It's family oriented, but like with the NFL, I have the teams that I find entertaining to watch, and it's like with Mississippi State, these are just
I don't know how
guys.
you
About
find the Jets
like
ever
10
found the
out of
Jets
the
entertaining.
12 people on Mississippi State's basketball roster, or freaking 13 out of the 15 are gonna be, athletic directors in it when they graduate. Only a small handful are going to the league, and that's why I love watching these guys because they are real people just playing the game because they love it. It's not their
You say
job.
so? You
These players
saying that
are
like
bought and sold, but also what I will say, the teams I like right now, because like Atlanta, the Cardinals, and the Jets.
yeah, they're not making millions of dollars
These
either,
are the
and they're not even
teams.
making millions of dollars to be good. They're making
Exclude
millions of dollars to be bad or mediocre.
exactly, man. Well, I mean, no, not exactly. Like with the
Not
Jets, with the Jets, yeah. But I was just
mediocre.
watching because I tried to catch every single regular season game
Mediocre.
very on the edge of glory, and I'm hanging out a moment with them. Like
Mediocre.
the teams that I was catching myself watching the most and having the most fun watching this regular season were the Cardinals and the Falcons. They were so fun to watch. you think that's fun?
Bro, no way. No, dude.
Name a team you had more fun watching on a week-to-week basis than the Cardinals and the Falcons this year. I mean, especially the Falcons.
Nah, not a chance. Week to week basis, no. They were not that entertaining.
The Falcons.
Do you remember they had that 5-game stretch where they were absolute cheeks?
Yeah, but every week I was like, they're gonna break it. They're gonna break it.
Nah!
The Jets.
No,
The Jets had a 17-game stretch where they were absolute cheeks. So
yeah, do you think I enjoyed watching them?
no,
Hell no,
I
you
didn't
didn't.
enjoy watching the Jets either. But the Jets are my team that I pledged allegiance to 3 years ago. So
And now you don't. And what? Now you're just gonna quit? Now you're just gonna quit pledging allegiance to them?
I'll still watch them.
Nah, bro. Okay, no. And you know why you can't do that, bro? I'll tell you why. Because you're quitting on them. You're quitting on them for the Eagles. If the Jets get rid of Woody Johnson, figure it out, and win a playoff game, you can by no means enjoy it. Because you quit on them.
I can definitely enjoy it.
Nope.
You don't
You
rule
quit on
my
them.
emotions. I will.
No, you quit
I
on them.
will.
You
So
should
to
not be
spite you,
allowed.
to
You
spite you,
should not
when
be allowed to enjoy that because you just quit. You quit on that team.
I haven't
You quit on the
quit on
Jets.
them though. I mean,
You're
I
quitting on them actively by choosing Philadelphia
I
over them.
quit on Aaron Rodgers. You know, like
So you don't.
I've been in Philadelphia for all of 5 days, and the Eagles have already done more for me than the Jets have in 3 years.
That is literally the definition of being a bandwagon. Just because they win a playoff game, bro. Playoff game, you just hop right on.
I mean, my
Is that what you
aunt
need?
lives here too. I have no tie. My aunt lives here. I have no tie to the Jets. And their quarterback this year is an anti-vaxxing conspiracy theorist, and I don't really
Oh
rock
my
with that.
gosh,
Man.
dude.
And
Whatever.
the whole
You are
front
a
office
fair weather
seems to be
fan. I'm
more
sorry,
than
bro.
okay with that. Sports, like I said, it's community. It's
Bro,
community.
I don't even live in Pittsburgh. I legit don't even live in Pittsburgh, and I've been a fan of this team for 15 years, no matter how much heartbreak that they've.
Well, what is sports to you then? What ties you to the Pittsburgh Steelers?
My dad, it's my dad's team.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, the Briar jersey's his.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. So, like, what? But Philly, the reason why you're attached to Philly is just because you happen to be there. You could have picked any of the other 3 New York teams. You could have picked Buffalo.
Yeah,
You could have picked the Giants. You didn't pick any of the 3 New York teams.
Yeah, because Philly is literally. I can't get through a single class without getting into a conversation about the Eagles. Why would I spend my energy hating on them?
I'm not saying hate on the
Well,
Eagles,
not
but I'm
hating,
saying
but
you're
like,
just changing your
I
entire
want to
stance.
be a part of it. Philadelphia.
Bruh. You,
Like,
bro, you know what? That's going to be so... You know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? You know what I'm hoping for, actually? I am hoping now that the Eagles win the Super Bowl, so I can call you the biggest bandwagon in all of history.
dude, I'm not gonna act like I've been through it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm not gonna not enjoy Philly madness after they win a Super Bowl because I told my coworker. Because my coworker from 3 years ago convinced me to be a Jets fan. Like,
That's on you, bro. That's
no,
on
it's
you.
not. I mean,
That is on you. That's on you.
There's, like the connection
The
to the
joke
Jets
is
for
on
me,
you.
The Jets, the connection to the Jets for me, it's like that meme that we've brought up before, where the guy has the Gucci bag and the last arm strap is about to fall off. It's like I need to feel an emotional, soulful connection to a team to be a fan of them.
Bruh.
So,
That's on you then.
What do you mean well,
It's on you,
guess.
man.
I don't know. Why would I be a fan of something I don't feel I connect with?
Because you chose it, mother. You chose
I
it.
chose it, but I didn't. If I chose it when I
You
was
chose it
7,
and
it would
bailed.
make way more sense.
You chose it and
I
bailed.
didn't really choose any of my teams, man.
What's next? What's next? You gonna move to Miami? You gonna be a Dolphins fan?
Hell no.
Like you gonna tour the country and just pick each one?
No,
You're gonna be a
but,
fan of all the
something that's
teams.
formative to me, like something that's
Formative. You've been there 5 days, brother.
But I am already making connections, and it's bringing me
Oh
more
my-
opportunities than the Jets ever did, man.
I'm gonna. You know what? You better hope that I die first because I'm gonna find a way to plan your funeral on your tombstone. I'm writing Fairweather fan. It's gonna be there forever, and it'll be etched in forever. I'm sorry.
But man.
We're done. No. It's it. This is it. End of the conversation.
The origin.
There is no peace. No peace. You have to live with
Of
this.
so much of my fandoms. I mean, look at this. Knicks, Dad's basketball team. Dad never had a football team. He just had the teams he liked. Mississippi
So you're just
State.
gonna like.
Mississippi State. Everybody on my mom's side of the family, from my great-grandmother on my mom's side up until me, went to Mississippi State. That's my great-grandmother, my grandfather, my grandmother, my mom.
I know how families work, bro. I know how family trees work.
I don't know. I just thought I'd make sure you knew.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, I know you're a fair weather fan though. It's fine.
A fake
But
weather fan. I'm not a fan of fake
fake
weather. I
weather.
like real
You're
weather.
you're a fake weather fan. You're making up weather now.
Look,
Splan.
man.
It's
Look, man.
splanning
I'm
out
just
right
saying,
now, dude.
like
It's
I,
splanning
I
outside.
like teams that I inadvertently become a fan of, like the Atlanta Falcons. Got me feeling really nicey about this Bijan Robinson guy.
Dude, whatever.
But yeah, like I said,
Nah.
like one allegory before we get into these wild card games.
It's been like 30 minutes you ranting about trying to prove you ain't a fair weather. Like, nah, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm not.
You switched up like that. But you switched up like that, you know.
I mean,
You-
like I feel like these are just teams that are out there. They are on the edge of glory. The Falcons, the Cardinals, and the Jets. And
No, they're on the outside edge of glory because they're not even in the
on
playoffs.
the edge of
Whatever,
paradise.
dude. I'm not calling you an Eagles fan, bro. I ain't doing.
You will.
Nope.
One day I'm gonna get you free tickets to an Eagles.
I'll call you a Feagles fan because of how fair weather you are about them.
Eagles. Wow.
Sorry, man. I ain't buying into that. Ain't no way.
I'm gonna get you. You know what? I might get.
I might. You know what? I
get
now
everybody
might have
free
to. I
tickets
might
to
have
the
to.
Eagles game and be like, "Yo, Phil, I'm sorry. You gotta pay, man."
I might have to like not like the Eagles anymore. Like I might have to just not like them.
You liked the Eagles? I'm surprised.
I thought they were fine. I didn't have anything like hatred against them, but now I think I might have to like not like them because this is ridiculous.
Just because I
keep
live
going
in
right now.
Philadelphia. I mean, the first 4 letters are your name.
Oh, I don't care. You think I care? What do you?
I
There are a lot
mean,
of things
I
that start
thought
with
so.
PHIL that I don't like that much.
What?
Philanthropists. I don't like
You
those
don't
guys.
like people that donate to charity?
Yeah, I don't like those guys.
Philip White called me the opposite of Jesus.
I don't like that, man. But dude, like, nah. Alright, whatever.
But all right, okay. Let's talk about the Steelers, Philip White, because it's really
Yeah,
hard
you
for
wanna
the
talk
Cardinals
about
to get
them.
into the playoffs. It's really hard for Mike Tomlin to do any better than 10-7.
Yeah, but you
Did I
know,
say
he
the
do be
Eagles
getting
or the
in.
Cardinals. Did I say the
Eagle-
Cardinals?
yeah.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah,
It's hard for them to
I
get
don't
into the
know.
playoffs.
I can't really tell what you're meaning right now. I don't know. All this fair weather fan nonsense, like, jeez, bro. Oh my god.
The teams that I watched the most this year were the Cardinals, the Falcons, and the Jets, man. So like,
That means nothing. That means nothing. Just because you happen to be
you
right
cut
when they're
out,
there.
sir.
Just because you happen to be tuning into NFL Red Zone right when they're about to score.
I had their
You know, it
games
doesn't.
on. The games I feel like
Okay.
consistently I was tuned into the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons were I loved their offense. It
Of
was
course you did. You had you had like half their fantasy team.
no,
half
it
their
wasn't
team.
because I was watching the Falcons a ton
Kinda was.
before I had Bijan. And
It
Drake
was because
London
you like
was the
Drake
one that
London
got
and
me
you
on
like
the
Trey
team.
McBride.
Well,
Because you like a specific player. You don't like the team. You like Trey McBride
I didn't
and you
have
like Drake
Atlanta's
London.
defense. Atlanta's defense knocked me out of the playoffs.
But you had Drake London, Bijan, and Trey McBride. Those are true statements. And you didn't want to watch
But
the
I was
Giants because
watching
they're
the
terrible.
Falcons a ton. I was watching the Falcons a ton before I even had Bijan. Before I got him through trade, thanks to you. Salute.
You still zero money made.
Got farther than you, man.
It doesn't matter. What does it matter? What does it matter? What does it matter? What does it matter? Third, fifth, 12th, third, fifth, 12th doesn't matter. You made no cash.
Bro.
You made no
The
cash.
fact of the matter is the Falcons are fun to watch and they didn't make the playoffs. I am already sad that I can't watch any more Falcons football. I think that's proof enough
God.
that I'm not a fair weather fan, man.
Yeah.
I like.
No,
a
I
good
don't think
story.
so.
I like a good story. Saquon has a good story. But like I'm not even. You know,
Whatever.
I feel like.
All right, I'm pulling for the Rams in the next round, dude.
Oh my god. Oh my.
I'm pulling Rams, baby. I'm pulling for it right now, dude.
I mean, if I wasn't in Philadelphia, I'd be neutral on the matter. But like,
Sure, no, BS.
What do you mean BS?
You've been hyping up being able to become an Eagles fan for the last like month and a half. That's what
That
you've
is
been
true.
doing.
This is like our first time time we've done something since I got to Philly, and now I'm like,
And I said like, oh, wow. Like he's like, no, I'll try to be a Jets fan. I'll stay a Jets fan for a
what is
little
there
while.
to try
You
to
had
do
5
as a
days.
Jets fan
5
right
days.
now?
Not
I'm
even.
gonna participate.
Not even. You didn't try, bro. You didn't try.
I gotta.
You didn't even try.
Oh, I totally did. What do you mean?
You didn't even try,
It
dude.
was, look, there was nothing for
You
me to
put up
participate
no
in by,
resistance.
like, week 9 as a Jets
Yeah,
fan
but you
here.
but you said that you were like, I don't think I'll become a Philly fan that fast. No, it's less than a week. Less than a week, they got you to cave,
Dude,
bro.
when literally all of like your budding relationships are with Eagles fans, it's like,
So, man, you know what you are?
I mean,
You ready?
What?
You are not a shepherd. You are a sheep.
I am not a sheep, man.
Bah,
If I was a sheep, I
bah.
would be a trailblazer.
It's ironic because the Rams are coming to town soon. Sheep.
But it's like, dude, imagine. It's like I get to be. It all boils back down to sports is community. You know.
I'm about to send you something that there's a video where it goes beep beep. I'm a sheep. I said beep beep. And I'm gonna send that to you like every day, and you're just gonna be a sheep. Like that's what you are.
So I can devolve back into rooting for a poverty franchise.
No, but it's fine. You can root for the Eagles, but you will be called a sheep. Like that's the trade-off.
I mean,
Your actions have
how about this?
consequences.
I don't think I'm a legitimate fan of the Eagles.
You are.
No,
You already are. I can see it on your face.
What do you mean you can see it on my face?
I have a way to read
I
these
want
things.
to tell you I'm a fan of the Eagles for the bit.
See, exactly.
But like,
exactly, because
but
it's there.
It's for the bit.
No, you're saying it's not. It's not for the bit. You want to be an Eagles. Look at him. Look at his face. Look at this guy. He clearly looks like he's clearly an Eagles fan. Look.
I mean, when literally everybody I mean, come
Like,
on.
like,
I wanna get in on the fun,
everybody.
man. Whenever I, like I've told people I want to inadvertently become an Eagles fan because
Not inadvertently, so you want to now. Now you just want to. You wanted to become an Eagles fan. You intended for this to happen.
No, I didn't intend for this to happen.
You wanted to inadvertently become an Eagles fan. That's what you wanted.
Yeah. And every time I've said that, the whole 2 times I've said that in conversations with Eagles fans, they're like, "Fly Eagles, fly, baby. Let's go."
Of course they're going to say that. Actively going in, you're gonna run to Eagles fans. You tell them you want to become an Eagles fan, they're gonna make you an Eagles fan.
I feel like some of the analysis, some of the psychoanalysis right here might be, oh, Taff is exercising some like people pleaser tendencies.
Taff is a sheep.
No,
He's a lamb being taken into the flock.
Dude,
he's being taken into the
my
flock.
Team was a team that had won a Super Bowl in literally less than 50 years, I'd be like, nah. But this is a team that I was a fan of for like 3 years. I was a fan of this team from the time I was like 9 to 12. And that's like come on.
So what? The Eagles of being what? So you only were an Eagles fan for 3 years. You were a Jets fan for 3 years. You were a Jets fan more recently. You hopped off the Eagles bandwagon, hopped onto the Jets bandwagon, and then back onto the Eagles bandwagon.
There was no bandwagon.
I'm just saying, you're swapping teams. You're a little wishy-washy. That's all I'm saying.
I'm communal, man. I mean, like think about it like
communal.
This. I lived in
you a communal toilet is what you are. You a communal toilet right now.
Crazy.
That's what you are.
Dude,
right now.
Think about it like this. I mean, I lived in Charlotte for 3 years.
And you like the Panthers. Let's be honest.
I like the Panthers. That's another team that I had a ton of fun watching this year.
See what I mean? So am I right in saying, depending on where you live, that's just the team you're gonna root for?
I mean, I didn't watch the Panthers every week, but like, I mean, yeah, it does depend on where I live. And I mean, as I get older, I'm sure I'll have my teams that I will like,
Done.
regardless of
I'm
where I
done.
am living at the
I'm
time.
done. I'm just done with this conversation. We've
You're done with
established.
this conversation? Okay,
No,
okay, fine.
this conversation I'm done with
I
because
think I'm
I've
valid.
already no you're done. You fair weather fan, and you know what? It is what it is.
All right, chat. Let
No
me
changing
know.
that.
Am I a fair weather fan? Come on.
He is.
I'm not.
He is in this case. In this case of cheering with the Eagles, he is.
I gotta. You know that's. It's just like a once in a lifetime vibe. It's a very rare vibe to
Once in
experience
a
Philly.
lifetime vibe. Okay, you glaze in the city of Philadelphia. Saying,
I mean,
oh my
all
God,
right, I'm not.
Guys, moving to
All right,
Philly,
that was
it's a
not.
once in a lifetime vibe.
No, I'm sorry. That's an overstatement.
It's so great.
Dude, that's an overstatement. I'm
Philadelphia
sorry.
is
I'm sorry.
amazing.
But man,
It's so good.
no,
Like-
no, that's not what I'm saying. Not moving to Philly. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me retract my statement. Hit the backspace button a little bit and edit that statement. I mean, if Philly wins the Super Bowl and I happen to be there, that's just like something unique. I'm trying to be in South Philly when that happens. Like, are you kidding?
Nothing.
like, come on. Just like I'd be trying to be in New York when the Jets win the Super Bowl. I'm here for it all, man. I'd love to see, not that the Eagles are the little guy, but like, I want to experience these things. Maybe I am a fair weather fan. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
We got it. Guys, everybody, we got him. Chat, clip that. We got him. We got him. He said it. We can move on.
But like,
We're
I
done.
would never root for the Kansas City
It only
Chiefs.
took 41 minutes, but we got him.
I would never root for the Kansas City Chiefs. I never rooted for freaking Tom Brady. I was rooting for the Falcons in that one Super Bowl. I was like, and it was consistent with me, man. If I don't like somebody, I don't like them. If I like them, I like them. Like,
Still think you
can
got
be
it.
a
You said
fair weather
it.
fan
So
and be a Mahomes glazer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that.
whatever, man. I've already. I don't know what I can say otherwise. I've already made my case. Nothing changes.
Let's talk about these wild card games, Philip White, because since you are so awesome, not being a fair weather fan, you got to witness your team lose in the first round of the playoffs.
That's real heartache. That's real pain. That's real pain every single year. And I'll tell you right now, bro, you did not experience real pain. You watched 3 seasons of Jets football. It's just, you know what that is? It's like choosing a bad TV show and then just watching that. Like, you watched 3 seasons of just a show that wasn't good.
Then I
But-
spared myself the misery because I stopped watching the bad TV show.
Yeah, but you chose the bad. Like, this is like a thing. Like, it's like if you had to choose one TV show to watch for the rest of your life, what TV show are you choosing? You chose like Teen Titans Go, like Cartoon Network, like that crappy cartoon show. That's what you chose. Because like it's like comical, but only because of how bad it is. Like, that's what makes it funny. Myself, listen, I chose Pittsburgh because it's a family thing, and the reality is, I hate this team. But like, it's passion. It's real passion. Like, you just that passion for the Jets had to have been fake if you just already quit now. Like, that's my take.
Yeah. So like, I think my passion for the Eagles is more real than my passion for the Jets because I have actual connections with Philly. My aunt and uncle on my dad's side.
All right, whatever, man,
My aunt and
whatever.
uncle on my
But you still
mom's
fair
side
weather.
met in Philly.
You still fair weather. You fair weather. Change it up the second
So
you
if
got there.
the Eagles were bad, would I be allowed to root for them then?
No. You can't just go into a city and
I
just
always
change it
liked
up.
The Eagles. I always liked the Eagles, man. Like,
Then why did you switch up? Why did you leave them then? They weren't good enough for
I
you?
don't think I ever officially
Same
left
reason
them.
as before?
No, I'll tell you. the Kaepernick situation happened, and I didn't like how they blackballed him from the NFL, and I stopped watching. And I was an Eagles fan at the time. I didn't watch the. I was upset
Bro.
that they blackballed him.
Okay,
Sorry
you're about to. No, you're about to get. I'm sorry, you're about to get roasted because that's.
I stopped watching the NFL until about 2021 when I
Really?
got hired at the sportsbook, and I never really left the Eagles. I left the NFL, and I had this coworker at the sportsbook who was a Knicks Jets fan, and then I became a Jets fan for a little bit, and it's like I had fun watching Zach Wilson, but Zach Wilson was like half the fun.
So you missed out on 5 years of the NFL because the NFL blackballed Kaepernick.
Yeah.
They didn't really blackball him. You realize that, right?
It was a collective effort.
Yeah, but like, no. Think about that logically. If you're gonna sign Colin Kaepernick, he is either A, the starter, which like at the time on 26 out of the 32 teams he wasn't gonna be. His last season prior in the NFL, he was like not good. Like that was 2015. He just wasn't good. He got benched that year. And then if you're gonna sign him to be a backup, that's not worth the headline. Like, he's a backup. You're going to have way more headline and news garbage about that in your locker room than you are about actually being a football team. It just didn't make sense for anyone to sign Colin Kaepernick.
It's just a sad situation. I don't know. Maybe I'm just as much of a snowflake as the people that stopped watching because he knelt. But I don't know. It just felt kind of screwed up. Like did Kaepernick ever release a statement saying like I'm only gonna play for a team if I'm the starter? Or
no, but we all know what he did. I mean, it's not that he did like a bad thing, but it's just the publicity that comes with that. You're not gonna take that into your organization at any point if he's just gonna be a backup. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
And if he's going to start, your team's going to be a bit... I mean, he played what? He played in 2016. Like, I'm pretty sure he played towards the end, and teams just didn't... People were saying, oh, he was playing well enough. He really wasn't. He wasn't playing well against good teams. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. I just don't think it's... For most teams, it's just not worth it to keep him in at that point. If you're going to pay him to just be a backup, because I don't think he was better than what most people had. And I think to put Colin Kaepernick into your system, you have to have a very specific rushing system because they had a very specific system when they had him with Jim Harbaugh. Like, it was a very specific offense. There was a lot of quarterback sweeps, and most teams don't do that. Not even the Ravens do. Their system is specific to Lamar Jackson. Buffalo's system is specific to Josh Allen. You bring in Cap, you have to change your whole system, and no one's doing that.
Huh. Oh, that was some good insight. That's
You're welcome.
I didn't think of it. Thank you, Philip. I didn't really think about it like that, really. Like, it's such a situational thing. He is kind of like a complex puzzle piece for, like, to make work. I mean, when he works, clearly it was proven he worked pretty damn good when it worked.
But then it stopped working. Like, 2014, it wasn't the same year, and then 2015, he got worse, and then 2016, it was fine, but, like, it's not worth it to bring him in. And then they had the cap workout. I don't know if you remember this, but there was like a whole day or weekend that the NFL designated to working out Colin Kaepernick, and I don't think it ever got aired. Like, it basically got canceled. And it was like, no one would ever do this. Not a single other person, not any other player would get this kind of pub. Like, yeah. Like, they would just go in and, like, you don't see guys getting, like, individual workouts and people hyping them up as a free agent. It's just not a thing.
I don't know if I don't think that was an intentional thing done by Kaepernick, though. You know?
Well, he had to approve somehow. If you're doing a workout, how are you not approving of it?
I don't think press was the intention at all.
I don't think it was, but that's what happened. And when that happens, it's like... But it feels like it was, because Cap is working out, the NFL was, like, promoting it, and then it just got canceled. It's like, No one was ever that. I think they got canceled because I don't think anyone was that interested to begin with.
Yeah. Also, the fact that did he cancel it himself?
I don't know. I think it was just overall canceled. I just don't
Yeah, I
Who's
don't
really
think we
gonna
really
show
get
up.
to the bottom of that. But
I think they anticipated no one was going to show up, so instead of showing something where no one was going to show up, they just canceled it.
But on another note, Phil, you were dodging my question about how ass the Steelers are. How you
Yeah, what about 'em?
You feel cool because you make yourself miserable. Like-
I feel not like I feel like a real is
You
what
feel
I'm
like
saying.
a real
I feel like a
fan?
real
Yeah.
fan of my team.
I mean, sure.
Because you don't feel like a real fan, but you don't feel like a real fan of the Jets or the Eagles. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of exist.
I feel a connection
to
to
talk
Mississippi
sports.
State because of the generations.
Right.
I was placed in front of Mississippi State games before I could speak.
Right, but you now are connected to neither the Eagles or the Jets in that way, at least from my perspective, because now you just flipping and flopping.
I feel a greater connection to the Eagles, but I want to hear about.
You sound.
I have family there.
I feel I have this
my
inner peace.
mom.
I have a greater connection to the Philadelphia Eagles more than I do to
Here's my other thing.
I feel very
my
much at
mom and my
peace.
grandmother and my grandfather. Aaron
much at
Rodgers
peace
was
with
public
connection.
enemy number one before he even got to the New York Jets because of the vaccination stuff, and we won't get into the nitty gritty of that. But frankly, I agree. And like the yeah. So it's
What 5 months does to an NFL fan? Because you were so excited for this Jets season.
Yeah, I was. It failed like the Steelers Ravens game. It failed to meet my lowest expectations.
I'm mad about mine. That was for the Steelers, or for the Jets rather. But for the Steelers, this was just expectations. This is exactly what I thought was going to happen coming into this game. I wanted them to win, but I didn't think they were going to do it. This is a Mike Tomlin catastrophe. This is what Mike Tomlin is. And I hate it. I hate it when every single Mike Tomlin defender tries to bring up the fact that he's never had a winning season. Like before it was he's never had a winning season. Now they need to come up with new excuses for him struggling in the playoffs. Like, oh, he's never had a complete roster. That's not true. He totally has. He had Ben, Bell, Brown, plus other great defenders on defense like Lawrence Timmons. You got Ryan Shazier was there for a little bit. You had James Harrison. You got T.J. Watt. You got Cam Hayward. You got Minka Fitzpatrick. You had Troy Polamalu. And that's like a short list. Like there was like Barrier. I think we had James Ferrier was a beast. We had Lamar Woodley, Joey Porter.
Ferrier.
Dude, we had Brett Kiesel, dude. We had like studs. And that was a good defense. And granted, he got
that Steelers defense was awesome.
Ike Taylor, dude.
Ike
You ever
Taylor.
like before Pat McAfee was on the NFL Top 100 talking about players like great? It was Ike Taylor. He was like hyping them up. And I've never seen like this is the problem. This has on Mike Tomlin. Like I don't understand how everyone's like wants to like yeah, there's blame to all go around, but you're supposed to be this motivational master, defensive guru. And you go into Baltimore and you do this. This was gross on like so many levels.
Not an ounce
It was
of entertainment in this game.
Freiermuth drops the first pass, right? And then again, I was talking about the worst part of this game to me was that timeout. He calls a timeout with about a minute 10 to go. Ravens are inside, I think their own 25 or 30. I think they were even back further than that. And Tomlin says, you know what? Let's call a timeout. It's third down. Let's stop them, and we'll get the ball back and we'll at least get points on them. Instead, Mike Tomlin allows a third down.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
It was like 14-0.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin calls timeout. Ravens convert. And then not only do they convert, they just drive down the field and make it 20. Game was over at half.
Ugh.
And it's so Mike Tomlin. It's just so Mike Tomlin. People say, Mike Tomlin's legit. No, Mike Tomlin loses trap games he should totally win. He goes into playoff games and gets down by like 3 touchdowns. He loses. Fine. I get it. It's tough to beat Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. But you've lost to Blake Bortles. You've lost to Browns Baker Mayfield. You've lost to Tim Tebow. Like, explain those losses. Nobody can. Nobody can explain those losses at any point. And look, that's bad. And it's been 8 years since you won a playoff game. 28 coaches have won a playoff. 28 different head coaches have won a playoff game in that time that Mike Tomlin hasn't.
Yeah. You got to get rid of Mike Tomlin. It's kind of
But that's the thing, you can't.
you
They
can't
won't.
because he's Mr. Above 500. It's purgatory, man.
They won't. What I want to have happen, honestly, is some team that's desperate for a head coach to overpay and then send Mike Tomlin there. Like, if we got like a first round pick and like a good player for Mike Tomlin and people think Mike Tomlin's this great genie of a coach, like, please. Like, I wouldn't doubt if the Jets give us like a first rounder and Garrett Wilson for Mike Tomlin. I'd be like, okay, done.
First rounder
Done.
Garrett Wilson for Mike Tomlin. Get out of here.
No, but that's like, could you imagine? That's legit. That like with how bad the Jets managed it. If that's there, taking it, because that's what people think Mike Tomlin's value is.
I mean, Mike
That's legit
Tomlin
what they
doesn't
think
have
it
a
is.
Madden rating. So how could they
Well,
know?
They'll look at they'll look at career win percentage and like the
They
coaching
would.
record.
Yes, and
They'll look at
honestly,
that.
with the coaching disaster that was, I guess technically, if you don't care about the future as a whole and just a season to season basis, maybe it's a good move. But no, I don't want him. What's his? You said the Steelers front office confirmed they aren't firing anybody on the coaching staff, right?
They're probably gonna no. They're not moving off Tomlin specifically. So they're not moving off him as the head coach, or they don't plan to. They said they don't plan to fire him or trade. They don't plan to do either of those things.
So, you want Tomlin to be fired, right?
I want him moved. But here's the thing. The other thing the other reason why I don't think they want to move him is because they don't believe there's a coaching candidate out there that's better.
That's so not true. Ben Johnson.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can go get Ben Johnson. Or they think that they won't get him. And to be honest, I know in reality, Mike Tomlin has done a horrible job crafting this roster. His last, I look at the last 10 years and look at the first, there are 3 Pro Bowlers in the last 10 years.
Wait, you said you lived the last 10 years, something?
Last 10 years, right? I think back to 2013.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin's first round picks, of the ones he's drafted, I think there was about 10. 3 of them Pro Bowlers.
Wow.
You have 3 Pro Bowlers right there. One of them I don't even think should really be on the list, but is what it is.
Who's that mystical one Pro Bowler?
So TJ Watt obviously should be there.
Yeah.
Ryan Shazier, before he went down with the neck injury, he was a beast. And Najee Harris.
Najee Harris. Yeah. Najee Harris as a Pro Bowler is a little wild.
Made it his rookie year, and I think it was because some players just didn't go. But, you look at this, and you're a defensive mastermind, supposed to understand defensive talent. Here, I'm about to list off some names. You ready?
Yeah.
Jarvis Jones.
Woo! The GOAT.
You don't know who he is. So exactly.
Jarvis Jones?
Really,
Clemson,
you do.
right?
I don't. Maybe? I'm not exactly sure. I don't actually remember. I don't like to remember the bad things.
I was a big college football guy back in the day. I do remember. He either went to Clemson or Florida.
He went to Georgia.
Damn.
So you got both.
Geographically, I kind of narrowed it down.
Well, yeah. Geographically,
So close
southeast, guys. It's in that area.
It's a little
Trust
bit
me.
Too far north, a little bit too far south.
Then there was. Oh, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Artie Burns, Miami
Burns.
cornerback.
How about?
Then
didn't y'all sign Trent Richardson for a little bit?
No, that was the Colts.
Well, no, the Colts drafted him. Then y'all picked him up, right?
No, the Browns drafted
Browns
him. The
did.
Colts traded for him. That's what happened. And then he was maybe on a practice squad, but I don't remember him playing a snap. Then we've got Virginia Tech safety Terrell Edmonds.
Who was that?
Virginia Tech safety Terrell Edmonds, brother of Tremaine Edmonds.
Like a first-round pick. Who was this?
Safety Virginia Tech was brother of Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker
Hey.
that got drafted by the Bills that year. Yeah, dude was trash. Dude was cheeks. Let's go to 2019, who we drafted. Michigan? Yeah, Michigan linebacker Devin Bush, who we traded up 10 spots to go up and get. Now a backup in Seattle. And then, oh, by the way, last 3 picks, Kenny Pickett, of course,
The GOAT.
Pitt quarterback, trash. Broderick Jones, who's been actually maybe the worst tackle I've seen in my life.
Nah.
Like,
Nah. Mackay back then. Or he was a guard.
No,
I
this
guess.
guy is so bad. Like, I wish you guys had taken Broderick Jones because this guy sucks. Like,
Bill Belichick,
his...
though?
I hate it.
Because Bill
hate
Belichick
it.
traded.
Yeah,
traded
yeah.
yeah.
I got it. I
Yeah.
got it. I
Yeah,
know.
just had to make sure you knew, you know? Bill Belichick
No,
traded that
he
pick
knew
to
you guys
spite
were
us.
getting Tyron. He knew you guys were gonna take Tyron Smith in free agency next year.
Mm.
That like didn't matter. And then of course, we have Troy Futanu, who was I think Wisconsin guard or tackle, and he didn't play all year. Got hurt,
Damn.
didn't play. Also, our second round pick Roman Wilson didn't play. So like, I don't know how you go about this if you're Pittsburgh moving forward because you're just gonna go into next season and who cares? Who cares to make the playoffs? You know exactly what's gonna happen. You're lacking at the quarterback position. Like, why? If I'm Mike Tomlin and I want to save my position, here's what I do.
Okay.
I do a complete revamp. I basically let Najee walk. I would trade Pickens for what I can, and I would go heavy on the offense in like the later rounds. And there's a quarterback I like in this draft. Like if they like a Cam Ward or they like a Shedeur Sanders, you trade up and you freaking draft him. Because
but who do you get rid of in that trade up, man?
you don't get rid of it. You get rid of picks. You could also probably trade Minka. You could add Minka.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
I would add Minka.
Minka's like the cornerstone. of
Minka
our
has gotten
defense, man.
Minka's gotten 1 interception in 3 years. And just got stiff armed by Derrick Henry. I'd move him and I'd add a couple picks and I'd go up and get my
Everybody
quarterback
gets
because
stiff-armed by Derrick Henry.
I don't care. It's happened multiple times from other backs too. I'm done with it.
All right.
Because he's been great. But he's gotten 1 interception in the last 3 years. As a ball hawking safety, that's bad. That's number 1. Number 2, they've already invested in Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson to be linebackers, so they don't need safeties to play in the box as much. Step number 3. So then now you make that trade. Like, let's say you like Cam Ward or you like Shedeur Sanders, go up and draft them. Because you play in a division with Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson.
Out a bit. Hello?
In a con-
Oh Lord, you've been gone for a little minute.
Who is
little player.
Swift?
Hello?
Oh my gosh. Didn't you love it?
Hey.
Throttled.
Well, I can hear you now.
Hello?
Hey. My internet connection is fine. How's yours? Oh Lord.
Come in. Do your job. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Hey.
Please do your thing. Is it working? Is it freaking working now?
You want to turn your camera off and on again?
Hello?
Hey.
Jesus. All right.
You were
Ah,
teaching us how to fix the Steelers.
Yeah. Just draft the quarterback. Just trade up, draft a quarterback if you really like it. Because again, you have Burrow and Jackson in your division, Burrow and Lamar. You have Allen and Mahomes in your conference. Like, at this point, if you're Tomlin, you have to understand that you can't coach defense well enough, clearly, to be able to stop pretty much a wet paper bag, much less these guys at quarterback. Go get a quarterback that can at the very least keep you in the game. Because at this point, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of watching this and seeing it just be absolutely atrocious. Like, you need something to... That's what I would do if I'm Tomlin, if I wanted to keep my job. But I don't really want him to keep his job, but I want my team to do well.
Yeah.
So that's, like, what I would want. But this is, like... Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing.
It is.
Like I've
The,
for the last 5 days I've just been fuming
the
about this team
pattern is
about how.
pretty freaking wild for Steelers fans, for the Steelers in general. Do you want to talk about let's talk about Bucks Commanders, man? Because when I think of the wild card matchups that were largely underwhelming, I mean the bright spot is Bucks Commanders. I mean this guy Jaden Daniels. Oh my lord.
Can I also say something about this game too?
Yeah.
This is the exact reason why I feel like they should move off Mike Tomlin. Because people think in the NFL that a rebuild needs to take 7 years. That it needs to take all of this, like 4 or 5 years for you to get the right quarterback, get the right coach, get the defensive pieces. Commanders literally did it in one season. They got Jaden Daniels, they got Dan Quinn, and they got a new owner all in one season, and they're a 12-5 team. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think that really helped them. He was getting cooked by Mike Evans. But when I look at Jaden Daniels and I look at all this, that to me is how you fix a franchise one season. Textbook. Get a new coach, get a new quarterback, get a new owner, trust everything in it, and go. And they did. They won 12 games and they won a playoff
that quarterback you draft is really good.
Right, but like even then, like Bo Nix got into the postseason. Bo Nix with Sean Payton. We saw two rookies. Like you can clearly turn it around in a season, and we saw it even last year with C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans. If you trust a guy at quarterback and you trust the guy at head coach, pull the trigger. Go out and get your guy. You look at like the best quarterbacks. Mahomes, Chiefs traded up to go get him, and then made him sit a year. Yeah, Josh Allen, Bills trade up to go get him. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson, they traded back up in the first round to go get him. You want your quarterback, you have to go get him. You can't just sit there at pick 20 or pick 23 and think you're going to get your guy. You got to trade up into the higher rounds. You got to trade up in the top 10.
That's true. That's a good point. I never really noticed that common theme. Like when people think they have their guy, they go get him. They trade up to get him, and oftentimes, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of times that we don't mention because it didn't work out. But yeah, like if you think you have that guy, like that Josh Allen, that Lamar Jackson, that generational talent, you go up and get him.
Exactly, and it's working for Commanders.
Yeah, and so the Commanders in this one, I know we both had the Bucks, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We both had the Bucks, so ultimately our picks being wrong, all we have is a lack of bragging rights, dude. I love watching Jaden Daniels play. That's another one of the teams I like right now. They're
Oh, I like it.
I love,
you just only rooting for good things.
Overarching theme of fandom in this episode.
Yeah, I love this overarching theme of being just only rooting for teams that are either entertaining or winning.
I mean, like you
I mean, it makes sense, but I'm still nah. Like
I like the Commanders, man. Jaden Daniels, I'm rooting for him, man.
You would have never liked him any other moment 10 years in the last 10 years.
Until he wins too much, he's officially an enemy.
Right, exactly.
Kind of like Tom Brady.
Bro, you an Eagles fan and you love the Commanders? That's crazy.
I wouldn't say I'm. This is lighthearted stuff.
Yeah, the Jets fan that's also a fan of the Bills and the Dolphins.
Yeah. I mean,
Bro does not like rivalry.
Watch, like that when Tua and Tyreek was popping, they were popping. The Bills, they lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. Josh Allen is perfect to represent the city of Buffalo. I like him. I don't know what's so wrong about that, man. Honestly, the Jets are the least likable team in the NFL this year. And
yeah, but you an NFL fan, but you ain't a fan of an NFL team.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll say I think I know my stuff, but I'll say I probably am from a team standpoint a casual fan. I don't
casual and fair weather.
No. I watch it for the love of the game. If it's fun to watch, I watch it. It's like Jaden Daniels, man. What he's just a dog. At the end of that game where he did he turned what looked like a 7-yard loss into. I mean the towel might have saved him because I think it was Kancey on the Bucks that went to tackle him and he got his towel instead of Jaden
Yeah,
Daniels.
they,
and then
they
Jaden
blew him
Daniels
up
was
on
able
that
to
play.
provided there was also pretty damn good blocking on that last play. But yeah,
They
it's
blew
just
him up on that play. Just his athleticism kind of saved him there.
yeah.
I'm gonna say this though, Bucks kind of gave that game away.
How so?
Do you remember late in the game when they had the fumbled exchange between Baker and Jalen McMillan? They had that end around play. Bro, did you watch? What?
I don't know what I was doing during this game.
Oh my gosh, bro! The one game that was exciting and you weren't even fully paying
I know what
attention.
happened. I know what happened. I know what happened.
Oh, you miraculously know what happened. That's crazy.
I
Would you
slept-
type on there in your second monitor?
I slept through the first 3 quarters of that game, and I woke back.
It was in the fourth quarter. What are you talking about?
I woke back up and I immediately opened up Streamies. And there was 11 minutes and 57 seconds left. I caught the
It
last
happened
11
after
minutes
that.
and 57 seconds of that game. Oh yeah,
It
was
happened
like the first play I
after that.
saw.
Yeah, it was like with what
Paint a
6 minutes
picture
left,
for
7
me,
minutes
Philip
left. Oh my gosh! So they're running an end around, and Baker's trying to hand it off to I think it was McMillan, and McMillan like the timing is just off. Baker kind of
Baker-
runs into him.
Baker says, "My bad." Yeah.
What? I mean, yeah, it was tough, but like Baker was like frustrated. He was like, "Damn it," you know, and like that to me, if they don't mess that up, I think Tampa probably wins that game because I don't know if the Commanders get that chance.
That's true. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I think the Bucks fumbled a golden opportunity.
That was actually the very first play that I caught when I turned the stream on because I remember the announcers were talking about whether or not that was a play action pass.
Mm-hmm.
Because like they were like, why did Baker say my bad? It must have been a play action that he pulled back from too late. He pulled the ball back too late on it. But yeah, they were at like what, their own 40 when that happened. Yeah, that's a huge turning point in that game.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, dude, I think that's what got him a touchdown, right? And they had like I think it was. Also, by the way, looking at this game, Dan Quinn's a little like Dan Campbell.
How so?
They went for it on 4th down like 4 or 5 times.
They did.
And they almost cost them because the reason they got that ball back right before was because they went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. So like they were like 50-50 on their 4th down attempts when they were playing, and they missed the play before. I think what happened was Bucks kind of had probably a pass interference penalty that might have been missed on Levante David. I'm watching it right now. That's why I know. But like in this game, like maybe it's just like like a ball don't lie moment. Like they should have gotten the ball there in that situation. But I'm trying to find the play to Jaden Bailey because like 3rd and 7, Bucks I think converted here. Like they had a Mike Evans play where he just like takes the ball and reaches it along the back line to get that 1st down. I was like, oh my gosh. And then the next play, it's literally the next play. He's trying to hand off. I think he was trying to fake it to McMillan, and McMillan was too close or the timing was just off. And the Commanders got the ball. So I think if they don't turn it over there, I think there's a good chance Tampa probably wins that game because it was like 17-13, 12 minutes to go. There's not a guarantee, but I think there's a better than average chance that Tampa goes on to win that game. If they don't turn it over right there. But hey, that's life.
They were up 3 at the time, right?
No, they were up 4. Bucks are up 4. They were gonna drive to probably go up at least 7. Yeah. I would assume they'd get the field goal. I don't know. I think the situationally it would have a lot would have changed. Is my point. Like I think a lot would have changed in that moment.
Yeah, that is definitely a big turning point in that game. But we get to see more Jaden magic next week.
This game is either really close or a Lions blowout like next week. Just like
it's
for
Lions
my
Commanders next week, just to confirm.
Yeah, it's either a close game or it's a Lions blowout.
It's probably gonna be a Lions blowout.
That's what I would think, but it really does depend on how Jaden Daniels what he does. Yeah. Because I think if Jaden Daniels turns it over once, it's just the floodgates open.
I mean, it depends when that turnover comes. If it seems like I feel like the later the turnover is, excluding it's during like a 2-minute drill in the 4th quarter, the later the turnover is, the less harmful it is. If Jaden Daniels throws a pick on the first drive, oh god, they're cooked.
Yeah, they're done.
But
And even if it's late, I still think they'd be cooked. Like the second they turn, because here's the thing: I don't think Washington's defense. It's not like a bad defense, but I don't think it's good enough to stop Detroit. Like Detroit absolutely spit roasted Minnesota's defense.
I mean, yeah, Jameer Gibbs has really been the caterpillar
He's
turned into
been
a butterfly,
cooking.
man. Since
Yeah.
the David Montgomery injury, and the word on the street is Montgomery's back this week, right?
Yeah, I think they're trying to get him back. I think he's supposed to be back this week. So I think, look, I think the interesting thing is if you're Washington, you're looking at this game like think obviously if you're a Commanders like player, you're like, dang, we got momentum, we're rocking it, let's go in Detroit, shock the world. If you're like a Washington fan, you're just happy that you got a playoff win. Like you haven't won a game in the playoffs since I think 2005. So you're pretty happy about that. And it's like there's no pressure. If you lose to Detroit, like that's what's expected. This isn't really supposed to be your year. Like the fact that you are even on the you're way ahead of schedule as is when you think about coming into the season.
Yeah,
Like that was impressive.
for sure. I like the Commanders at this point. They're just happy to be there, you know. But yeah, I'll be excited to watch. You know, like I think in the grand scheme, a Lions win is better because, in my opinion, the Super Bowl. I'm happy for whoever wins the Super Bowl as long as it's not the Chiefs.
As long as it's not Chiefs or Ravens for me.
I can't believe you want to see the Chiefs win again before you want to see the Ravens win. Like that is just weird, man.
Don't wanna.
That is weird and gross.
They will never go away.
'Cause
The
you
Lamar
want
Jackson
to win
Glazers
it.
will never go away.
Mm.
They'll never go away. They'll never go away. And then you won't like the Ravens either.
We gotta get like I want to see you battle like 5 Ravens fans at once in a debate. Like you
In a
You
debate.
should set up a deck.
Why is that
where it's
whoa?
like,
Why is it a 5v1? Why are there
maybe
5
not
of them?
5v1, but like I want like the stupid like desks people will set up and they'll just put like a paper in front of it and they'll be like argue with me like, I want you to do that but with Ravens fans.
Oh, dude, I ain't going into Baltimore. I'm gonna die.
Well, maybe not in Baltimore, but like
It's Baltimore, bro. Baltimore's like before Detroit started winning, Baltimore's the better version of Detroit. Like
Also-
you're getting stabbed in Baltimore. I feel like that's what I feel. I don't know. That's how I feel about Baltimore. I gotta ask my cousin though. Yeah, I know he's out there. He's a Steelers fan in Baltimore, so
It's all on social media, and you never know how much of social media you can believe. But I saw this one video
it's true.
where it
But I feel
was, like,
confident trusting that Baltimore sucks.
yeah, I saw this one video, and it was like robbing technique in Baltimore, and it'll be like after dark, and you'll be driving down the street, and there'll be somebody pretending to be blind in the street.
Yeah.
And you'll get out of your car to help them off the street onto the sidewalk. Turns out that guy's not actually blind. He'll have a friend over in the bushes, and they will beat you up and take your car.
Yep, that's why you just honk. You just honk.
That is true. That's probably the way.
You honk and you slowly drive forward.
Man. Wild.
That's the rule.
But yeah, so like in the grand scheme of the playoffs, I think it would be a better timeline if the Lions end up moving on. But on what, Saturday or Sunday? What day is Commanders Lions?
Sunday.
On Sunday, I'll be rooting for the Commanders because it is just in the fabric of my being to root for the underdog.
It's always in the fabric of your being. Do you know, like, here's the thing. I can understand rooting for the underdog, a team that you hate, but if it's a team that's like a favorite and has been struggling for years to win something, it feels so criminal to root for the underdog and they win.
That team for me is the Bills.
Yeah.
But
Like if the Bills lose again, like
but,
they're never winning ever.
but like even when the Bills Broncos game was close, man, I caught myself rooting for the Broncos.
Ugh, why?
Because it's just cool to see this team that's not supposed to be in the position they're in fight for a win. That's why the Broncos were so exciting.
The whole
during the first
win-
half.
The whole point was Denver, getting in was the win. Getting into the playoffs was the win for Denver this year. If they beat Buffalo, oh god, they would have just gotten whooped in the next round. But yeah, it would have been awful.
Yeah,
Why?
I would have been sad about
You
it
don't-
afterwards, after the fact that, like, I don't know. I want the game to be close. I want the game to be exciting.
The game
Yeah,
was close. It was close for the entire first half.
The entire first half, which when you look at the whole game, is only half of the game. Like,
Yeah, but then obviously there's time coming out of halftime where it's all so close. Like Josh Allen just put the icing on. Like you can't just appreciate a guy putting a Like I
can totally
the way
appreciate
I-
that. Like, Josh Allen's throw, remarkable.
No.
Remarkable.
I
You know what I'm saying? That
appreciate
40-yard
the
dart he
way
threw.
the way you talk about underdogs and hype them up is the same way I love it when someone puts a dagger in someone's heart. When someone ices the game before the game's even over. Like that to me is so much more satisfying, especially when it's a team I hate. Like listen, you can say what you want, but last year in the Super Bowl, when I saw Patrick Mahomes put a dagger in San Fran's heart, oh my god, I was like, ooh, yes. I hate the Niners.
No, that was like when my hope went away. I was like,
Oh,
really?
boo-hoo.
Yes,
Boo-hoo.
the Niners. Phil.
Boo-hoo.
Phil. Let me just
So
say,
what?
the only reason
You already knew. No, they
hate
play on
the
Saturday.
Niners, the only reason you hate the Niners is
No,
because
no.
they're too-
Stop
no,
it.
you've told me
Stop
this
it.
before.
No,
You've told me
no,
this before, and
no,
correct me
no.
after I say it, because from
Yeah,
my
go ahead.
perspective,
Go ahead.
the only reason you hate the Niners
'Cause I've
is
told
they're
you this.
too close to the Steelers in Super Bowl totals. Like,
No.
what, man? They were good when they had Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. Everybody I know that I watched the Super Bowl with, the Chiefs, the Chiefs-Niners Super Bowl with a year ago, had never watched Joe Montana play ever. Like it would be the first Niners Super Bowl that they got to experience. Chiefs fans got to experience one the year before. Like, what's the big deal, man? Let the
You
Niners
finished?
have one. Yeah, no, I'm
You finished?
Yeah.
You finished?
You're just mad that they're approaching that they would. You didn't want the Niners.
You
to win,
finished?
They would have almost.
Are you
as
finished?
As the Steelers. Yes. Now I'm done.
Jesus Christ. We've had this conversation before, and what I tell you last time, the thing I told you last time was that this team drafted Trey Lance with the number 3 overall pick. Remember that? They drafted Trey Lance with the number 3 overall pick, and they got away with him being an absolute bust. They had an absolute stacked roster, an absolute stacked core. They were able to get a good quarterback in these with the final pick of the draft and pay him the equivalent of pocket change, and people want to credit them like they figured that shit out. Ain't no way. I
don't
know
think people are acting like that was some high IQ move. It's the equivalent.
People do. Media does. All of the media hype up Brock Purdy like he was some crazy magical beast, and he was trash.
Okay, yeah, but like, what is the media? A concoction of random comments you see?
Yeah,
in
absolute
here?
garbage.
Like,
And you want to know
like,
everything about?
no,
Shut up! You're not done.
it's
You're not done.
definitely
I'm not done.
double up.
I'm not done.
Like,
I'm not done.
okay,
I'm not
go
done.
ahead, go
I'm not
ahead,
done.
go ahead,
I'm not
go ahead,
finished.
go ahead,
Let
go
me
ahead,
finish.
go ahead.
All of the
Go
media.
ahead.
You keep saying it, and you're not letting me finish. The media hate this guy. The media lazy. The media freaking does this all the time. And the thing is, when you have all of your stuff, like when it's all football stuff, when it's everything I see, that's all I see. So anytime there's one Brock Purdy post, everyone either gotta hype him up. Every single Niners fan in the comments saying, "Oh my gosh, Brock Purdy's legit." Well, guess what? Y'all got served an absolute can of whoop ass because Brock Purdy is straight up not legitimate. And yet they still made a Super Bowl despite the fact that he was a 7th round pick that had no business being there. They had no business being there. If any other, let me tell you this:
Isn't that
if any
awesome?
other team,
That's
if
what I find
any,
awesome.
no, because if any other team screwed up that 3rd overall pick, they'd be in the trash can for a decade. If the Jets screwed that up, oh my God, they disbanded as a franchise. They would have been done. They would have been absolutely shell-shocked, smoked, cooked. They wouldn't have existed. They'd be turned into they would have been demoted to like the XFL. They would have been demoted to college football. That's where they would have gone.
Oh man.
that to fail on a quarterback that badly, to give up all that draft capital, and yet they were still fine. In fact, they made multiple NFC championship games. In fact, every time they're in the playoffs, they're in the NFC championship game. That's just true. And like the last, I think, what since the start of the century, I think if they make the playoffs, they're in the NFC championship game. That's like a thing. That's like a stat I just saw. I don't know.
Okay, well,
But
they didn't
dude,
make it this year.
but the point is they're there all the freaking time. And bro, and I already told you how I feel about Kyle Shanahan. Listen, I like the Falcons just like you. And you know who ruined the Falcons' chance to get a Super Bowl?
It's kind of weird. because-
Kyle Shanahan.
All right, this is one thing
This is
I
not
need to delve
weird.
into, Phil. But yeah, this is weird. I'm about to point out why it's weird. You love Matt Ryan.
I do.
Kyle Shanahan blew that lead for the Falcons, but don't you think it was a little bit of a collective effort? Why do you
Ain't no
hate
way.
Kyle Shanahan for blowing that lead against the Patriots in the Super Bowl, but you love Matt Ryan, who was
Because Kyle Shanahan doesn't know how to call plays in the biggest. Like, dude, don't you think it's a coincidence? Do you really think it's a coincidence that Kyle Shanahan is able to constantly get this team into positions to win Super Bowls and then is unable to do so? Do you really think that? With this roster every single time?
Chiefs Devil Magic.
No, shut up. Shut up about Devil Magic. It's the fact that he doesn't actually know how to go game plan for a game. The what was it? It was in the Super Bowl. The 49ers legitimately didn't know the overtime rules for the playoffs. Didn't know them. Everyone else knew him. Everybody. I knew him. I knew him going in. I knew exactly what was going to happen.
From home.
Exactly. He didn't know. And his team didn't, which means his team didn't know. So how are you that ill-prepared? That's why I give him the blame. Because if you're with the San Francisco 49ers and you're constantly winning you're not even winning. You're almost getting there, but you're not. Why? What could possibly be the factor? The quarterback's been there. Like you had Jimmy Garoppolo, you had Brock Purdy, you had different guys. Why isn't it working? I'll tell you why. The head coach. Kyle Shanahan. If I'm telling you right now, I could have called the final few minutes of that Falcons drive against the Patriots. They would have been fine. You know why? Because I'm not passing the ball and I'm about to take a sack, back-to-back sacks, and get us out of field goal range. I'm kicking in field goal range. I'm making an 11-point game. That's not what they did.
That is true.
It was the easiest thing in the world. Give the ball to Devontae Freeman. Stay in field goal range. Kick the field goal. Go up 2 scores. Make Tom Brady have to get 2 possessions because there's no way they were converting an onside kick there. Like,
yeah. Oh my.
You have to recognize what's going on in the game, and it's Kyle. That's why I don't like the Niners. Part of the reason that's still part of the reason that I don't want them catching the Steelers in Super Bowl rings, but that is the majority of the reason.
Yeah, that's tough. But I don't think
you love the Falcons, and you love the Falcons. You had
to do.
No, you're not due if you suck.
I mean, he could.
You keep saying do. No, you can't say do and then just be bad. Like, just because someone is due for something, there's a reason they haven't won it. No one's due for anything.
I'm rooting for Kyle Shanahan.
I'm not.
Well, to each his own.
Not him. I'll give credit. I like George Kittle.
George Kittle seems like a
and
good
Fred
guy.
Warner.
Brock Purdy
and that's
probably seems like a good. He seems, Brock Purdy's probably chill.
Yeah, Brock Purdy will be fine until he's overpaid, and then everyone will realize that he's overpaid.
Yeah.
But like Debo, overrated and annoying.
Debo
Brandon
is an
Ayuk, I don't really.
absolute diva.
We all know. I'm not a fan of Nick Bosa. Do you remember what happened? You remember what happened when Bosa flexed the hat? They were 1-6 after that game.
Yeah. I feel like that had to do something in the locker room.
Yeah, it definitely threw people a weird way. Anyway.
So next matchup. Somehow we got onto the Niners from talking about wild card matchups.
Yeah, because I told you that's how I felt because we got to the Super Bowl. And I said I was happy that the Niners lost that game.
We were talking about the big picture because I always root for underdogs. I think that was the thing. But okay, yeah. So we talked about Bills Broncos. I mean, yeah, that went as expected. Commanders sneak by the Bucks. We think the Lions are gonna win that one. The next one that I can think of. Who's calling me right now?
You can't think of your favorite team's playoff game? You can't think about your favorite team's playoff game?
My favorite team's playoff game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Fair weather fan. Told
Oh,
y'all.
my favorite-
Casual.
My favorite team, man. I'm just
Casual.
here to enjoy the show, man.
Yeah.
But I do
I keep
enjoy the
telling you.
Eagles. I mean, I'm residing in Philly, and I like to be a part of it. I want to be a part of it.
Taff,
Philadelphia.
bro. Wait. What?
But yeah, the Eagles
Why is
take
this,
care of business,
bro?
man. What's up?
Hey, you know what? Never mind. You'll figure it out after the show.
What?
You remember when I said to change the title of the last stream?
Yeah, I did.
This one says the same name as the last time we did the award show.
I changed it, man. Whatever,
No, you
whatever.
didn't.
I'll just download the video itself, and it won't be called that. And I can change
Okay.
it after the fact.
Fair enough.
Um,
That's
but-
crazy.
Yeah, Eagles take care of business, man. What's new? I've been a fan of this team for years.
Oh my god. Let me say this. Of all the
Philadelphia-
teams-
West Philadelphia, born and raised. On the
all
playground
the
is where I spent
teams-
most of my days.
Oh my god, bro. Shut your mouth. You Jesus Christ, you are freaking annoying. Do you remember that movie Hoodwinked?
I only heard about it. I remember Harry freaking loved Hoodwinked. I never watched it.
Did you ever see the meme where there was the Graham on the porch who went did-da, 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 do? You remember that?
No.
Ah, whatever. That's also how I feel. Because it's just, the ram is making annoying, stupid noises on the porch, and its Little Red Riding Hood just looks at the camera absolutely dumbfounded at this friggin' idiot. And that's how I feel right now. Like, you just making the nonsense garbage noises, and I have to look at the camera and just go like...
Honestly, I am surprised at how poorly the Packers played during that game.
I'm surprised how
I mean-
poorly Philly played. They both played poorly.
I mean, it was definitely a mistake-ridden game. Actually, a rematch of the Brazil game, which the Packers
That
came
game
out
was
on
way
top in.
better. No, they didn't. Philly won that one.
Philly won that one? I remember Jalen Hurts threw like 1,000,000 picks, and it made me think that the Packers won it.
Why would a quarterback throwing 1,000,000 interceptions make you think the team that had the quarterback who threw 1,000,000
I said
interceptions won the
Jalen
game?
Hurts threw 1,000,000 interceptions, and it made me think that the Packers won.
Oh,
the
okay.
Brazil
My bad. I
matchup.
thought you said
Yeah, yeah.
Jordan Love. My bad. But yeah, no, he did. Jalen Hurts did throw 2 interceptions, but the Eagles won.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's almost like the Packers aren't that good.
They just give them an elite wide receiver. They're golden.
That's what I said. That's what I said. That they don't have a real wide receiver one in this game. I think Jaden Reed got hurt too. That made it even worse. They don't have a real
True.
wide receiver one. They don't have a
True,
real
yeah.
wide receiver one. They need a real. Go get T Higgins. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling every team to do in free agency. But honestly, get him away from Cincinnati. I don't want him. I don't want him in the division anymore. Get him out. He's too good. To have the 2 really good wide receivers on that team. No, get him out. Send him somewhere else. Someone make a call. No, someone make the call, bro. Get him off the Bengals.
Nah, I think it's pretty cool. I think T Higgins might go elsewhere, but
That's what I said.
I like him. I like him in Cincinnati.
You like T Higgins in Cincinnati?
Yeah, the Joe Burrow Bengals offense is fun.
Yeah, not as a Steeler fan
I
though.
like it when
I
Joe
want him
Burrow
gone.
has options.
Yeah, well, if only he had an option to sneak into these playoffs, right? But if only he had beaten New England. It's so close.
That is
Sorry.
the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, I mean, it's not as funny as actually being from Ohio. That's actually just kind of sad.
That is true. That is true. I gotta turn my gain up on my microphone.
But the thing is, look, Packers played poorly. Eagles did not play much
Why?
better though.
Do I sound
don't-
different now?
Yeah, you still sound like an idiot, so
But
should
like,
be all right.
like echo wise.
I don't know. Sure, I guess.
Took the shell off
Okay.
my microphone because I feel like I'm quiet.
No, definitely not the case. You're loud and obnoxious.
Hi.
You're loud and obnoxious. There you go. Yeah, oh my god. Lazy.
Hi.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry
that
to
was
people
actually
watching.
unnecessarily loud. That hurt my ears. So
All right.
Oh my god.
All right.
You're the worst.
We back in this. But okay, yeah. So.
Oh my gosh, you're really loud. Holy crap.
Oh crap. Let me just turn my gain back down. I've just been looking at like our bars this whole time, and I can tell like consistently your bar has just been a little bit louder than mine the whole time, and it was
Oh.
bothering me, and I want to equate.
Yeah.
It's really
Sorry,
late to do that though.
just-
We probably like
I just got a big voice, you know? I got a big voice, man. Sorry. Big voice box.
Exactly. Beefy voice box.
Yeah, anyway, this Eagles team did not impress me this week. I gotta be real.
Yeah, Saquon did not do so well. I mean, he cracked 100 rushing yards, correct?
Probably. I don't know. I think it was that last run. I think he actually got it on. But like, dude, this Packers team got banged up the whole game, right? And yet Philadelphia, like, I was waiting, like, all right, Philadelphia, just end the game. Okay, end the game. Okay, end the game. No, they wanted to keep Minute for as long as possible. And I'm sitting there and wondering, like, okay, why though? Like, I don't get it. Like, you're supposed to have this good offense. A.J. Brown basically did nothing all game. Jalen Hurts had, like, 86 yards passing midway through the third, and I was watching, like, okay? Like, if you have to, like, hypothetically, next week you play the Rams. They beat them in the regular season. But if the Rams come out firing the way they did early against the Vikings defense and get an early lead, I don't know if Philadelphia can actually keep track on that. Because
true.
that could be a problem.
Could be rough stuff. The Rams have been consistently underestimated this year, and I think it was because they were missing Cooper and Puka to begin with. I don't know. I think it's done something to the way people look at the Rams, at least this season. It's going to be a close one in Eagles-Rams next week.
Yeah. Like, I think it's weird because Jalen Hurts makes a lot of money. Like, I don't know what his, like, APV is or, like, his overall salary right now is. But for a guy who makes that much money to not really be dominating passing-wise, I mean, I get it. You want your identity to be Saquon. You make way too much money to be a game manager.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, it seems, it feels like he's taken a step back from what he was doing when he first kind of blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of, I don't know. I think a year ago to the day, I was like, Jalen Hurts is one of those guys that is like him. I look at Jalen Hurts now, and it's like, yeah, he's a game manager. He's all right.
I don't know. It feels like weird. They don't trust him as much to throw the ball anymore, if that makes sense. Like they don't have this. Like, I think he can make some nice throws, but it just looks like they're like, man, we don't really fully trust Jalen Hurts, right? Like that's what it feels like to me.
He definitely turns the ball over a decent bit.
I mean, I don't know. He was pretty clean this game. Like, he doesn't trust me. He doesn't turn it over as much as Jordan Love. Like, Jordan Love was turning that thing over like crazy. He had 3 interceptions. I was like, what? That's terrible. But yeah, like 131 yards passing. For context, Barkley had like 119 rushing yards. Like, Barkley had 119 rushing yards. Hurts had 131 passing. Like, dude, if you better hope you always play with the lead because you're just gonna eventually lose. Like, because you can't. Like, if Jalen Hurts is not able to like actually push the ball down the field in key moments, then I don't know what your plan is, but it ain't gonna work.
Yeah, that is true.
We'll see, though. I mean,
I
I had
a Super Bowl environment. I
don't know, the Rams
I would
are
love a
interesting.
Bills-Eagles Super Bowl, or a Bills-Lions Super Bowl. Just
I want Bills Lions. I think the people's Super Bowl is Bills Lions.
Yeah.
For being honest, that is the people's Super Bowl. And if it's not that, it's probably Ravens Lions.
Just let the no.
Really?
If it's Ravens-Lions, I'm rooting for the Lions for sure. If it's,
I feel like most people would want Ravens in. If I'm being honest.
Man, let the Bills win the Super Bowl or win the AFC at the least. Like, the Ravens. I mean, nah. Instagram wants the Ravens to win the Super Bowl. People,
Probably.
You go out and take a survey from people out in the real world. I bet that way more people will say the Bills out of the AFC at least than the Ravens.
That's definitely true. But I don't know. I don't know if anybody wants someone from the NFC more from a people perspective than the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions are easily the most popular pick out of the NFC.
Yeah.
And,
They haven't even been to a Super Bowl. This would be their first one if they do make it.
and we're missing a wild card game, right?
We're missing two
oh, yeah,
technically.
We
didn't
Rams,
talk Chargers,
Rams, Vikings.
Texans.
We know what happened. Sam Darnold.
Oh, you
played.
didn't
I don't
talk about
really wanna
Chargers,
talk
Texans?
about the Vikings right now, honestly.
Well, no,
The
I was talking about
Vikings-
Chargers Texans. Let's talk about
yeah,
Chargers Texans.
Texans.
And then we can get to Rams.
And then I want to
Vikings.
talk about. I don't even really want to talk about Rams Vikings.
Why
honestly,
not?
Because Sam Darnold's just been fading, and it made me sad. Sam Darnold Linsanity run.
Yeah,
over.
but I mean, if you had listened to me when I was picking last night, I did roll Rams going into this game.
Yeah.
And I said because of head coaching. Sean McVay is just the Jedi master, Qui-Gon Jinn, and
He's the
you know,
Qui-Gon Jinn of the NFL.
and then Kevin O'Connell is the apprentice. He's like Obi-Wan when he was in apprentice mode, and Qui-Gon's got the knowledge, and Kevin O'Connell don't right now.
That
Like
is true.
McVay was just more experienced, and they beat them earlier going into this season. They beat them earlier this season.
Sean McVay is that guy. And yeah, fun fact. The 2 times the Vikings lost this year, or the 4 times, I'm sorry, it was Lions-Rams in like week 7 and 8, and then Lions-Rams in week 18 and the wild card round.
Wild card.
But yeah, Sam Darnold's been fading. What's going to happen with him is, I don't know. It's a whole nother conversation.
He's definitely the money. That money's gone.
Ah.
That money faded.
Sam Darnold
Poof,
lost
like
the
fairy
entire global domestic product of a small country over the course of 3 weeks. All right,
Yep.
the boy.
See ya. Well, you know, I mean, this is just who Frat Stafford, man. Can never count out your boy Frat Stafford. Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it if NFC Championship is Lions Rams.
I feel like that very well. I don't want to say it's going.
I don't
to
know,
be,
man.
But yeah, I'm not super confident in the Eagles. The Rams are just Sean McVay takes the Rams such a long way. He is just solid as a rock, man. But the Rams better
Solid
not.
as a rock.
The Rams better not beat the Lions in that NFC Championship theoretically, because if the Rams win the NFC Championship, the Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl. That's just, I don't know. It doesn't. it just doesn't matter.
Well, you
The-
think if the Rams win the NFC Championship, by default, the Chiefs are gonna win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, because it's just
That's
the way
crazy.
things are. It's just the way things have been.
Imagine.
Every time the Chiefs make the Super Bowl, I am upset, and it's like, yep, the Chiefs are gonna win that freaking thing.
Dude,
Because they're playing against
now
they're
here's
not
the
even
thing.
playing against the premier opponent from the other conference. Like some crazy stuff happens,
Hey.
like the freaking Rams
Whoa.
make it. Like
Whoa, but the Rams are legit.
the
man.
Rams
They
are legit,
terrorized
but they
them.
aren't gonna.
They
They
had
aren't
9
Super Bowl
sacks.
legit. They are better than people give them credit for, but they are
People
not
didn't think-
Super Bowl talent, man.
People didn't think they were Super Bowl legit when they made it the last time because they were like the 4 seed. They were
But
supposed
had
to
Aaron
lose.
Donald then. They were playing against the Bengals.
How about that for a story? No Aaron Donald and the Rams are able to make their trip all the way to
Sure.
the Super Bowl.
Sure, I'll take
How
it. I'll
awesome
take
would
it
that
against the
be? That's
Bills.
an
I'll take it
underdog
against the
story.
Ravens. I'll take it against the
But you-
Texans, even.
That
Not
would
the
be-
Chiefs.
Well, you say now you always say like, why do I also hate Chiefs? Let me give you another reason why I would prefer Chiefs over Ravens, and I'll tell you why. Because obviously the Ravens are a division rival. The one thing that I hate more than let's say like a Chiefs fan, or let's say a Ravens fan. There's one fan that I really, really, really do not like, and it's New England Patriots fan. And if the
Why?
Chiefs, do I really need to answer that? Like,
Just
is that
because
like not?
Just because the Patriots were good for so long?
They were good for 20 years. For any Patriots fan born after 2000, they were good for pretty much their entire lifetime. And it was so obnoxious to watch. It was the most obnoxious thing. And now,
That is
let's
true.
say the Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year. I don't want to say it's gonna happen, but let's say it does. If it does, that means for the first time in NFL history, we would have a three-peat. And that would mean I never have to hear about New England Patriots fans talk about what the best dynasty is, because it's clearly the one where someone won 3 Super Bowls in a row. End of story.
But then
Done.
you're just gonna have Chiefs fans talking about what the best dynasty is. It's like it's a catch-22. You're either
Not
gonna
really.
have somebody
Not in the
yapping.
same vein. Not in the same vein. Because and also the reason why it's not in the same vein is because up here in the Northeast there are way more New England Patriots fans than there are Kansas City Chiefs fans.
Ugh.
I wouldn't have to hear it
It's-
as much.
I still just don't want. I want to enjoy watching the Super Bowl. Therefore,
You don't want to stress about the Chiefs winning it? Is
yeah,
that why?
I'm
You don't wanna
tired
be
of it, man.
stressed?
I'm tired of the Chiefs. So beyond tired of them.
It's
I-
just a tough
And
life.
it's like part of even like outside of the stress of just like the possibility of them winning it. I just want to watch a different team come out of the AFC. Literally any like when you think of all the teams that could possibly come out of the AFC except for probably the Texans, the Chiefs are the least exciting option. I would rather, and from an entertainment standpoint, I would rather watch Josh Allen. I would rather watch Lamar Jackson. Hell, if he was still in it, I'd rather watch Justin Herbert. Like,
Ew, don't say that.
yeah, I'll say it again, man. Justin Herbert.
No. You do not want to watch Justin Herbert in the Super Bowl.
Jim Harbaugh, baby. Like,
No, you do not. Not after what we saw this weekend. Dude threw, well, only 3 of them were his fault, but he threw 4 interceptions.
I mean, he only threw 3 in the entire regular season. He was just a little nervy. He'll be back next year.
Dude, he got absolutely bareback smoked. He got rolled. He
Man.
was cooked, fried every way to Sunday. And look, okay, I get that, but you want to know something crazy? That the Chiefs, in all honesty, for pulling this off, I know everyone says that, oh my gosh, they've barely been winning any games. They'd probably be blowing teams out a lot more if Rashee Rice didn't tear his ACL in week 4.
Oh, God, that is a hell of a point. Rashee
Could
Rice
you imagine
kinda...
that?
Rashee Rice?
If you
I
if
haven't
you
heard
thought
that name
the
in
Chiefs,
years.
if you thought the Chiefs were obnoxious before, it would be way worse if it was Rashee Rice and they were just blowing out everybody.
Oh, God, yeah, you're exactly right. Rashee Rice, do us all a favor and sign somewhere that's not the Chiefs next year.
No, he's still under contract. He'll be back.
Request
He'll
a
be back on
trade.
the Chiefs. Okay. You know what? I hope, but in all fairness, look. I just as long as it's the Bills, I don't want to see it be Baltimore. I really don't.
Anybody but the
I'd rather
Chiefs,
see-
man. But let's talk about these divisional matchups, make some predictions.
But whoa!
What?
Slow
What?
down. I'm just saying, you got to talk about. You're gonna really pass over Chargers Texans. You're gonna talk about every game. We're not.
Oh,
Chargers,
yeah.
Texans.
I haven't even gotten an Thank you, Philip White, because I haven't even gotten an opportunity to say I picked a higher percentage than Philip White in picks
We were equal.
this week, man. Nah.
We were equal.
How
Did you
were we
pick the
equal?
Rams?
How
Did
were
you
we
pick the Rams?
equal? I
Did
did.
you pick the Rams?
I did.
No, you didn't.
I
No, you
did.
did not.
Yes, I did.
Proof.
What do you mean proof? We texted about
When did
it.
you? Did you pick them though? You
Yes!
didn't say you picked them.
You
No, you
can't, because I know we at least talked
You
about
didn't
this
say
in
that you
Discord.
picked the Rams.
You can't just say I
You didn't
picked
pick the
incorrectly because
Game
there's
picks.
not
Game picks.
typed out
Game
proof.
pick. Fine then. But by that logic, yeah, I literally have my typed out proof that I picked, but you didn't. Yeah, I did.
We talked
Yeah, I
about
did.
this. We talked about
I
this,
did.
and judging,
I did.
dude. I had been saying Sam Darnold
You were
was
picking
fading.
the Vikings.
No,
you didn't. No, you
no.
didn't. You said that today. You just said that today.
When did I say
You
I picked
just
the
said that
Vikings?
today.
I never said I picked the Vikings. I had a conversation
picked
with
the Vikings
somebody
last-
in class
we
the
both
other
picked
day.
the Vikings.
They were
We
like,
both picked-
they were
no,
like,
no,
I feel like
no,
it's gonna be the
no,
Vikings. I
no,
feel like it's gonna be the
no,
Vikings. And I turned
no,
around and I was like,
no.
I don't know, man. Sam Darnold is fading.
No, you. Yeah, okay, sure. But you did not pick. We both picked the Vikings last week, right? We both picked the Vikings last week to beat
Yeah.
the Lions.
Yeah.
And then I said I'm going to beat the Rams this week, and you never told me which one you picked. And based on everything you said, it sounded like you picked the Vikings. So
No.
I am saying that
No,
we're equal.
I
because
picked
we
the
are.
freaking
And even if
Rams, man. You can't just say
But you didn't
that
pick 'em.
I picked a certain team when this
But
is
you
something
didn't.
we
So you
talked
picked
about.
nobody.
We talked
So you picked
about
nobody.
this
So you
the other
picked
night.
nobody.
No,
So you
I
picked
picked
nobody.
the Rams. I
When?
picked
No
the
written
Rams.
proof. You had no written proof of picking the Rams.
Oh
When did you
my
pick them?
god. Oh
When?
my
When did you
God.
pick them? You didn't say anything to me in chat. You just
Freaking
fell asleep.
days
You
ago.
fell asleep. You didn't. No, you didn't. No,
Yes.
you did not. You literally asked me for the game picks of Sunday's games that day. That day you asked
You're a
for Sunday's
busy
game
guy.
picks. So there's
Busy guy.
no
But
chance.
we got it
No.
beforehand. We still got it
No.
beforehand.
No.
We did.
No.
Oh yeah, you tried to tell
Yeah,
me
but
I
we
picked
didn't.
the
And we
Broncos.
didn't get Mondays. We didn't.
Oh man, he's so mad his mic cut out. Oh, he's gone. There he goes. He's
You're the one-
Yep. I'm sorry.
I'm making you pay, dude. I'm running up your tab. I'm running up your tab. Every time you pull this shit, your tab's getting run up by $100. I swear to God.
Ugh. Come on.
You are. No,
Alright, so
no,
I picked a higher
no,
percentage
no,
than you this week.
no. Technically, I don't
And
think you did
games
because I
count
think
for
you picked the
double,
Vikings.
And games
I don't
count
think
for
you did.
double. So
Yeah,
I'm
because
gonna
I have
win,
to
like,
give you
what,
that.
11 games. So if I shoot 100% and you get every game wrong from here on out.
Ain't no way. You're getting cooked. You're getting cooked. Even if that, there's no way. You have 7 games left. You expect me to pick wrong 5 times and you to pick right 5 times? Ain't no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, man.
Really.
What do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? Other than
Really,
yeah,
I'm
money
picking
at the
Texans.
bar. Duh. Whatever. Freaking.
Yeah. $500. You're about to get run out. I'm about to bankrupt you. You're gonna have to
Dude.
declare for bankruptcy this
Dude.
rate. Nah, the
Nah.
disrespect's crazy, bro. Nah, the disrespect is crazy.
Is crazy.
The disrespect is crazy.
Disrespect? What do you mean? How did I disrespect?
Oh, look at him! Look at him getting angry. Look at his mic cut now. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead then. Go ahead. Give me your picks. What are your picks this week?
What
Who do you
am I-
have in, like-
all right,
who do you have in-
let's go
Yeah,
game by
let's go.
game. Game by game. So first
it.
off, wow, whenever I say first off, part of me thinks of Hit 'Em Up by Tupac. We have the Eagles and the Rams.
That's the first game up on the schedule. You're not gonna
That's
go
the
in
first
order.
one that came to
You got
mind
a
because I'm
problem?
a big Eagles fan.
Oh,
obviously.
okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Why don't I ask the Eagles fan who he has in that one?
I'm
Why don't I
such a
ask
big
him?
Eagles fan.
Ask the Eagles. Yeah, if you're a big Eagles fan, who you gonna pick then, huh?
Give me the Eagles, man. Fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds. Go Birds.
You're so
Look, man,
annoying.
West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground was where I spent most of my days.
You are so annoying. You know what? Yeah, why don't I rock with the Eagles? You know, they're your favorite team. I'll just rock with the Eagles. I'll just
You
rock with
see-
the Eagles.
you
Why
see
not?
what happens here?
Why not?
You see what
Why
happens
not?
here? You see
Why
what-
not?
Why not?
Why not rock with the Eagles?
You see what happens?
Oh,
Chat, chat. This is what happens.
Why not?
Okay,
I feel like we
okay.
should fly
He's
together,
gonna
right?
say
We
if
should
he gets
fly
a game
together.
right and there's no conclusive evidence, no like beyond
You
conclusive
pick the
evidence,
Vikings.
as long
Bro,
as I don't
you pick
freaking
the
write the
Vikings.
team name in blood.
Bro,
Philip
then-
White will
bro-
say I picked the wrong team when he got it right. But if I pick first, oh man, you bet your bottom dollar he's gonna get. He's
You
gonna take the
picked
same
the
team.
Vikings.
No,
You
I
picked
didn't.
the
I
Vikings.
took the Rams. I've
You
been
t-
saying
you
Sam
said-
Darnold is fading.
No,
I've
you
been saying the
didn't.
Vikings are not for real. It
There
was,
was
an insanity run.
There was legitimately never an opportunity for you to ever tell me that Sam Darnold was fading because we didn't have a pregame show after the Lions. We didn't have any show after the Lions beat the Vikings. So there's no way you could have said that.
Well,
And
I've been
knowing
saying
you,
it.
knowing how much you've been riding with the Vikings, no, but you didn't. You never did.
Yeah, but
You
I've been
never
seeing
said
it.
that.
I've been seeing it.
Oh, but you've been seeing it, but
Seeing
not
and
saying it. Because
Seeing
I
and
said
saying.
it. No, you haven't been saying it. You straight up have not been saying it. I'm telling you right now that you have not been saying it. And I'm legit on your case about this, that you probably went in that game
I did
picking the
not.
Vikings.
I did not because I know how good the Rams are. It's one thing I
No,
would
you
say.
didn't.
The Rams are solid as a rock. That's what I've been
No,
saying.
no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You said that today. You did not say that
I have
prior
been
to
saying
the
that.
game.
Throw
you
back to
didn't, bro.
throw back
You're
to
just
week
capping.
6 when
No,
Cooper
you're
and
not.
Puka were
You're
out.
capping,
I
bro.
called this.
Bro,
I
you're such a
called this.
capper.
I'm
No,
not
you didn't.
capping.
You
Go
were
back to
such
pregame
cap.
week 6. I said once Cooper and
Pregame of
Puka are
week
back, the Rams will be cooking. Rest assured.
Okay, but you were picking the Vikings every single week, even up until that game on week 18, and there was never a point in time where you had ever gone against
Yeah,
them
and
in
then
that
when they
moment.
got destroyed, I was like, man, I don't know, Sam Darnold.
Of
That's
course,
a couple
when they-
bad games in a row.
He had one bad game in a row, and there was
Also,
never a moment
what
on the
you
show
said,
we
it
ever
was like
talked about.
you have
No.
Obi-Wan, Apprentice Obi-Wan, Star
I
Wars
said that.
prequel
I
Obi-Wan
said that.
coaching the
Not
Vikings.
you.
I said
said
like
that.
you said. I said like you said.
I said that. No, you didn't.
Did I say
No,
like I
you
said?
did
I meant
not,
to say
bro.
like you said. Like
Oh
you
my
said.
God, no.
Like you
No,
said.
bro. Yeah, but I said all of that. You never hyped up the Rams the way I was, and you were not gonna pick
you
the
invented
Vikings.
hyping up the Rams. You invented
Oh my
hyping up the
God, bro.
Rams.
You know what? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because there's not a chance
Yo,
in the
Phil,
world
you
you
got
can
a
even
red
come
thing
back
in
and
your
pick
hair, bro.
anyway. It's the light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whatever. There's no way you're gonna end up winning in picks anyway. And the more you keep doing this, the more you keep doing this, the more your tab gets run up. This is all on you, bro.
Oh my God.
This is
The
all
more
you.
the cab get warm up.
This is all on you. You legit can't even mathematically come back. Like it's
I
legit
can,
not possible.
I can because the games are worth double in the playoffs.
All right, fine. Who you got in the next one?
All right. No, who do you have? Who do you have, Phil? Because you're just gonna
Well,
copy
pick the
me.
game. Pick the game then. Pick the game. I'll tell you who I want.
Freaking Bills Ravens.
Bills.
Me too, Bills.
Dude, what? Whatever.
I guess
don't know how that-
do you see? Because like in my heart, in my heart and my brain, I'm saying the Bills. But like in order to come back, I need to pick against you. Yeah, whatever, dude. We'll go to the bar. You can.
Oh,
But yeah,
I have
the
Bills.
Bills are good. Freaking who circles the wagons like Buffalo, man? Nobody. Go Buffalo. Go Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson equals fraud.
I don't know about fraud. I think the Bills are gonna be pissed that they lost earlier in the year. They're gonna come out swinging.
I really hope so. That's easily game of the week for me because the other one in the AFC is Chargers Texans. Sorry, Jesus, Chiefs Texans.
Yeah, who do you have in that game, Tab? Who do you think's gonna win there?
Probably the Texans. But no,
Yeah,
no,
you gotta pick them.
no. But yeah, Chiefs Texans, and I mean, come on. As much as I want to see C.J. Stroud go in there and shock the world, I mean, I haven't looked at the spread for that game. I wouldn't be surprised if Chiefs money line, just for an example of how confident everybody is in the Chiefs in winning that game. Chiefs money line is like minus 1,000 at its best. Like, it's
There might be.
the
Oh,
Chiefs
it's
aren't
not
losing
gonna be
in the
that bad.
divisional.
No, because I think people might be convinced. Like Texans bettors will be convinced that their team is gonna beat them.
Yeah,
Based
how
on
many
what they did against
Texans
the
bettors
Patriots.
are there?
There's a lot of people in Texas.
Well, yeah, but like, if the entire population of Texas liked the Houston Texans and were betting,
I mean, I could see it. I'm not against. I don't believe it's impossible.
but yeah, the Chiefs are winning that game, and go Bills in Bills Ravens, and the other one is Commanders
gonna pick-
Lions.
What you gonna go there? Huh? Huh? What you gonna do?
Yep, fuck
What you gonna do?
it. Commanders, man, give me the Commanders.
Awesome. Thanks so much. I'll take the Lions and I'll take your money.
Awesome, man. It was already over.
It sure was.
I
wasn't
can't
it?
wait to look like I have 1 million IQ. I can't wait to look like I have 1 million IQ when the Commanders win that game.
It's not 1 million IQ. You're doing it because you have to.
No.
It's what I mean. Let's be real. You are, but that's fine.
But all right, I think
Look, man.
does that conclude this episode?
I mean, I don't know, dude. This episode has been such a freaking train wreck. You pissed me off at like 5 different points.
Right, I think this is one of our best episodes yet.
Dude, like we had technical difficulties in the first 45 minutes. Bro got under my skin more than like my own skin does. Like that's crazy.
Like we were able, like with the technical difficulties we had with like the 30
so-
minutes of an episode that didn't exist because we couldn't hear you. I think we were able to match that quality. I think this was a great episode.
You are so freaking annoying. My gosh. You
my
are
bad.
just so
My bad,
not-
Phil. This episode sucked.
No, I mean in the course of the episode, dude. I wanted to physically just take your head and just put it right here as like a trophy.
Fly,
And just,
Eagles, fly.
like, and just whatever, dude. Oh my
Go
gosh.
Birds!
Fly, Eagles, fly, brother. You nah.
You know, Phil,
nah,
this is another great little tidbit for you. I have to wear Eagles gear to the thing on Sunday.
Yo, yeah, no doubt. They're not gonna let you walk in with a Jets jersey. Like I expect that.
Or like regular
yeah,
clothing. But like no,
oh well, yeah, that makes sense.
I
Yeah.
gotta get like an Eagles varsity jacket, or something.
And Eagles,
You know,
they don't
they sell.
provide.
You know, Temple's student center is like, you know, like a like there's a whole like part of the first floor is just dedicated to selling Eagles gear and Temple's gear. It's like half Eagles, half Temple. It's
That's
awesome.
amazing. Very awesome.
I know
So
you're
cool.
fascinated by it.
Go Birds!
Go Birds!
Bang!
Fly Eagles fly! Woo!
Nah, bro. That's crazy.
Any parting messages, Philip White? Are you frozen again?
No, it was a good show. Man, you know what it was? Steelers
Jay
had
would've loved
lost,
this
and
one.
I needed to get a lot of stuff off my chest, bro. Cause bro, you just can't believe it. This guy,
Mhm.
this guy finds a way, dude.
I think
He's like you're like a roach.
we got a lot done today. I think we got really
Yeah.
far today. Next session, I think we'll
Next session, it's just a screaming match, dude.
This is like a
Look, man, all I know is that look, go Bills. All I know is go Bills. Technically go Texans, but Chiefs are gonna win. Go Lions and Rams house.
aw. I was like, is he gonna say it? Is he...
Rams house.
My parting messages are I can't wait to play Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. Before we go, and I gotta say this is his watch. Now the Eagles are gonna be part of what we call the Watch Mojo list. If you don't know what the Watch Mojo list is, it's basically 10 phrases. They can rotate seasonally, we found out in Discovery. But they're 10 things that, like, people you know really well will say. And it's almost like trigger words. Like, it's like the opposite of trigger words. You know they're going to say it eventually. Like, he's going to talk about Josh Hart. Or he's going to talk about how much he hates Joel Embiid. Or he's going to talk about how much he hates Aaron Rodgers. Or he's going to talk about how much he loves Cam Matthews. Or he's going to talk about... You know, like
Mississippi
playing
State?
Kingdom Come Deliverance, or you're gonna hear or if you're in Discord with them, you'll hear the little, and it's playing, it's wanting to play Letter League, and those are like the things that just happen, and that's like you can make like a Watch Mojo top 10 list of the things that he will say, like just
Very true. Fly Eagles fly.
You know what's another one, actually? I can add it right now. That one, and then I'm also going to add this one of, man, I feel bad for the insert team here. Man, I feel bad for the Panthers.
Poor Jets fans, man.
I feel bad for the Saints, man. I feel so bad for Chicago Bears fans, man. Like, dude. Man, ain't no way.
That is also I think one thing we're gonna do, shout out to D&E Entertainment. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we won't. You know, they have David has his hate wall. Philip White is a D1 hater. I, as we're momentarily discussing, I'm a D1 empathizer and lover. I'm just so whimsical.
I'm gonna have to weave my hate web. I think that's what we'll do. After in the week between the Super Bowl and the championship games, we can do the weaving the hate walls. I think that'll be what we'll do because I'm so ready to construct. I'm gonna treat this like an arts and crafts session.
I've got a whiteboard right up here, which I would rather have a bulletin board, like an easel on wheels with like a bulletin on it. That'd be kind of sick.
Interesting.
But
very interesting.
Yeah. My parting messages are: can't wait to play Kingdom Come Deliverance. I have to read freaking 2 marketing articles, but whatever. And then after that, I'm gonna play Kingdom Come Deliverance and fly Eagles fly. Huzzah!
EAGLESSUCK. Eagles suck.
YOUARESTUPID.
You're forgetting in a little.
No, I said YOUARE.
Why? What?
You are.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you said you forgot the A.
Bro, you gotta learn to
Sounded
read,
like you
bro.
forgot. Read. It's not reading. It's that I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, because you're freaking stupid, loud, lack of a shell. No. Stop that. You're just not even talking. You're just being annoying.
Nah, bro, I've been talking.
Laser. See, you're doing this? This is now a terrible ending. You've now wasted time. You're just not doing anything. You're just gonna make it forget. And now
Make what forget?
Look
He's gone.
at that.
What
Look
the
at that.
heck? What
You
the
did
heck?
that. You did that.
No, I
you did
didn't.
that.
All right, guys. Philip White's sabotaging
All right,
the show.
guys, you
Similar
ready?
to Aaron Rodgers.
ready?